drums.
You are now listening to just another episode.
Everyone knows that I mess around. Surely that don't mean that you can't hold it down. You say I'm always out of town, but I don't think that don't mean that we can't figure it out, babe. I've been running things, came through some things, give your heart to me. Don't act like you ain't tryna have my baby. And your new man simply ain't a man like this. Don't be afraid, back in the day. No, I'm not a perfect babe. I can make you more than rain, no dog. I can catch you on your knees. No, I'm not a perfect babe. I never tried to be. I can make you more than rain, more than rain. She said, you can't know what I've done. You can't go where I'm from. Your lips can lie, but your eyes can't hide. You're too young. You're too young. How I adore our love would be so true. I just wish you knew. I'd be all yours if my mind didn't wander. I've got scars from a life before you. Please don't think I'm insecure. I just can't trust no one else. Please don't think I'm insecure. I just feel safe by myself. She said, you can't know where I've gone or how far I've run. There's a reason why I can't apply all of me. Maybe I ain't the one. I got too many hoes, but they ain't you. You like to put that shit in your nose, but I still love you. Be doing shit that nobody knows. In the streets they be thinking you're a lady, but at home
you a motherfucking porn star, I swear to God.
If you ain't nasty, don't at me. I've been working all day. I like to run the streets till it's dark out and then come home, blow your back out. I hope that's okay. I can't leave you alone. No.
Not for no 24 hours.
Lately I've been thinking about us, about you as real as they come. But you would rather be on them drugs. And I would rather hang with my thugs. Fuck when you been draining me out. You know that, you blow that well, where that throw that. You better kiss it before I go.
Porn star, I swear to
If
God.
you ain't nasty, don't at me. I've been working all day. I like to run the streets till it's dark out, then come through and blow your back out. I hope that's okay. I can't leave you alone, no. Let the roof and let the smoke about us. Drugs. Drop the roof and let the smoke clear.
You hear that?
Drop the roof and let the smoke clear. I got diamonds doing tootsie slides in both ears. Dice rolling on the Las Vegas Strip tonight. Slip that on and we might miss the fight. Fuck or not, I keep the guala in my shorty bag. You know she one of mine when she tattooed that ass. I'm a lover boy, she love the toys. Keep it coming, you a rider. This that roll myself a J and count my figure shit. This that stepping out, I feel like I'm that nigga shit. I drop 30 on this room, we ain't gon' sleep for shit. If I catch you nodding off, then it's gon' be some shit. Well, you can do what you wanna, live how you wanna, spin what you wanna, be who you wanna be. A young stunner till I die. You can do what you wanna, live how you wanna, spin what you wanna, be who you wanna be. A young stunner till I die. Fuck it, I just run it up before I go. Would you tell the world my secrets if I let you close? In my age, I'm selling action. These days, no kumbaya. Niggas be blasting. Living in the midst of this shit might drive you mad.
Temporary euphoria.
Or release.
Yeah, especially if you constantly gotta work and do things that you might not want to do. That's like temporary happiness real quick.
To escape.
And I make music about that because I feel like it gets to a point where you live so much of your life in that state because you work so damn much. It's been years and I've been doing the same shit.
Motherfuckers like to use that word toxic. That's the internet word that people like to attach to shit.
I don't think it's an internet word. I think it's a real word that really means something.
Temporary euphoria.
Motherfuckers like, that's the new shit though. Motherfuckers like using that word.
Toxic's been around for centuries.
It's like I'm out this motherfucker for a little bit when we bullshit.
It's just good.
That's how I feel about it.
Shakespeare used it.
That's a Twitter word.
Taming of the Shrew.
Anything that doesn't apply to you, feel me?
Yeah,
Rainbows and
I
butterflies.
fuck around, drink and bullshit.
They gonna be like,
busting
oh,
random
it's
chicks
toxic.
and pop some eating bullshit.
But if you sing naturally, people gonna want you to make some shit that's
It's like
romantic or
fucking
sweet.
It's good.
So if you sing some real shit, people like, oh, it's toxic. That's some real shit.
honestly. Truthfully.
Okay, I get that.
I feel
but
like I
can
know I gotta
maybe,
wake up in the morning, go to work.
Maybe
So let me
it's
bullshit
like
for that.
Yeah, shit, I ready for you. I think what come with this shit it's like reality times 10. Every year be feeling like 10 years. As far as the people that you meet, the places that you go.
Temporary euphoria.
Or release.
So it's because of that, naturally I'm gonna approach it a little more in retrospect, and it might come out harsh. But I think it's just more honest. Just keep that shit honest, fuck it.
What purpose do your vices serve in your life?
What's left of us? What's left of our lives? It's only you, it's only me, it's only us at the end of the night. I remember when you couldn't tell me a thing. Now you talk so much it drives me insane. But you got you something great. So what can I say to you? But I'm off there, had to fall back. You got everybody thinking I'm all bad. You know the truth, I was always holding you down. You down. Here we go again. What we see ain't what it seems or feels. Girl, what is love?
What's that?
Love, what is love? Would you believe it if I told you all about it? About how pressure just keep adding up. Then we just get mad and fuck. We was living fast as fuck. Girls don't get me high enough. All these people always lying about something. I'm sorry, I'm so fly, so what?
Fuck, I'm gonna be sorry for it.
I was counting zeros. I'm a hometown hero. Niggas green like CeeLo. These niggas do anything for some C-notes. At what cost?
Hit Mercedes by some free cars.
I know, this nigga's worse off. Maybe my sense of reality is turned off. Who the fuck knows? I just make songs. Who am I to tell us how this shit goes? That's sarcasm, by the way.
You wanna be my equal. You won't even do the half. Oh, this shit don't add up. Oh, you don't even know the math. Yeah.
Ain't even a half.
Who said it's gon' even last? I didn't. Sometimes I wanna beat your ass.
Wait,
But you know I won't do that. Oh,
I'm sorry I say that, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Swear the fame ain't changed shit, but who am I? You see the paddock and you think a nigga blowing time. Is your blood? And what we see ain't what it seems or feels. Girl, what is love?
What's that?
What is love? Girl, what we see ain't what it seems or feels. Girl, what is love? Love.
it. Here we go again.
I'm on, but you want me home. I get you what you want, but you want me alone. Baby, I'm acting. You held me up when I was down and out, but I don't want you waiting around for me. I don't want you waiting too long. I don't want you waiting too long. She hold me down like gravity.
We on the front page of them blogs. Would you be mad at me if the whole
How we doing, stream? That's my fault. As you can see, I got a little apparatus here to help out with stuff because I remember last time my voice was doing some crazy stuff. So, let's see if I can get it. Ooh. There we go.
Today I decided to.
Hold on 1 second. I'm on the phone right now, guys. So, I gotta finish this call and then we can get to the video. All right. So, Ray, again, what is the issue, bro? Bro, nigga, how you think I feel, bro? Like I get to see her.
Come here. Shut up.
What are you talking about? No, because you don't understand,
You
bro.
right now, go do your thing and keep it pushing. Me, it's not like that no more.
No, bro, you gotta understand. Like, I be on the phone with her every day. Like, I gotta see her and know that I can't do nothing about what she be asking me to do because she be asking me to do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? But like, I can't do that. It's too far, too much gas, and she too busy. So like, I don't know, man. I feel you though, because you also gotta understand like that. The one I got is the best I done had, right? So I'm missing the best right now, like top quality Oh my god, it's fucking up, bro. No. Bro, if you need it that bad, bro.
Nah, bro. Oh, don't say what I think you say, bro. And then for like 3 days straight, not helping. So
See, look, that shit's starting to get boring and it's pissing me off. Like, bro, I be sitting there like, okay, all right. I feel it. I need to search a video. I'm looking through shit. Some of the shit they be up there so weird now. I just won't even click on it.
bro, they be getting boring now, bro.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying? I'm just like, bro, I click on it. I'm like it's just not. It ain't got no fucking substance no more, bro. Where the storyline at, bro? Where the plot?
bro, oh my god, bro. I be in the story section too, and that's just interesting no more.
No, bro, I'm getting so bored. Maybe it's because I literally been doing it since I was like 12. I think that's the issue.
That might be it, bro. Hey, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the more you do it, the more different videos you gotta watch. And then when you find the ones you like, you rewatch them and shit. And it's like, then eventually they get boring. And then the new stuff ain't better, so that's boring. And now, like, I'm just stuck. So I don't know what to do. Like, I'm about to see if I can start. Look, here's what I'm about to do. I'm about to make some of my own and use that. That's what I'm about to do.
I told you, bro, like that.
That's the best.
And you see, that's what I'm talking about, bro. See, I was wondering why.
What I said, God damn. Yo, L. You said L. What did I say about names? You said L, right?
What you talking about?
Who?
Like that.
Ah, bet. Okay, so yeah.
Like,
Uh-huh.
about, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, but why you worried about it?
Nah, that ass like I don't know. I feel like honestly, if you and your girl, right, don't live together and y'all don't see each other super often, they gotta be willing to make a tape or two. You know what I'm saying? They gotta be willing to make a tape or two. Or it's just not gonna work. Because like that's the only thing that's gonna work for me is looking at her and me. So like
either you're gonna be stuck complaining about what I got, or you're gonna recreate.
that's what
That's my motto now, bro.
That's what I'm saying. And that's the thing. I don't got nothing from the past no more. So it's like I only got what me and her got, but me and her don't got that much, right? But nah, cause like that's the thing. We be so in the moment. We won't be thinking about the fact that we have a ring light set up in the bedroom for that specific occasion. So I'm like, because like you gotta understand, right? So you know what I'm saying? We chilling or whatever. I start kissing her, you know what I'm saying? We start getting in the mood. She start touching feeling on me. I start taking clothes off. At what point am I supposed to grab my phone, get out of that, go all the way to the ring light, prop it up, put the ring light in, you know what I'm saying? Power it on, make sure the lighting right, get the angle, you know what I'm saying? Move it around the bed and then get back into it. You know, like it's mentally I'm not there yet. Like mentally I'm just not there.
You know why? Why? You know why?
Why?
Because you're not using your devices. Jamir, you have an iPad.
The iPad don't get the best quality though. Like this should get 4K. What the fuck am I doing on the iPad?
You gotta get right now. That's what you gotta get right now. When I had that 7 Plus, bro. When I had that. When I had that 7 Plus, it was on standby. It was on standby.
No, bro. Okay. I get what you're saying, but like the one that we did was pristine quality. That motherfucker, oh my.
That's what I'm talking about.
I need at least 3 more of those. If I can have 3 more of those to cycle through, I never need porn again. I swear to God, I'm not going on the hub. I'm not going on. Never mind. I'm not going to name all the ones I know, but I'm not going nowhere. Just give me a good rotation of like some like 20, 30 minute. You know what I'm saying? Done.
And that's why I had so many of them. Like, I'm tired. Like, I could go back to the site, bro. I can't go back, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
It's different, bro. Like especially because you gotta understand when she was like staying here, it's every day. So like when she left, I was ready to do it every day. Like that energy never left, but there was nowhere to put it. But in my, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think you understand, bro. So A came to my house, right?
mm-hmm.
So A came to my house to wash her car,
Uh-huh.
and I just couldn't, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I, like, so no sir, like you know. No more. She's talking to a plug now. It's surprising. She's talking to a plug now. So it's like nothing. Like the plug has nothing to do with it. It's just a quick name. But she's talking to somebody else, and it's just like.
But that's the thing. You can do that. Like I mean, and by that I mean her. Like you can do her if she's still talking to somebody. It's just whether she wants to.
She's not trying to do all that.
So she like the.
She limit, bro. I'm supporting it. I'm good. I'm supporting it. But it's just like
Mm.
You know, when you was there, it was just like all I could play was
Mhm.
goddamn. You know? So it's just like, yeah, you know, good times.
Nah, it's just weird. It's weird. Just like I don't know, because you gotta understand. Before I got into a relationship, I was doing that shit like once a week. I had it down. Like I was not even thinking about it, bro. Like it was so few and far between that I wasn't even worried about it. Like I didn't even get that like urge to do it for real unless I got into a situation where I was like almost about to do something and then I didn't do something. If that makes any sense, you know what I'm saying? So like in those cases, I might have needed to do it like once, but then I was straight. So now it's like I lay down, I can't sleep. I'm like, well, I mean, shit. Let me. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm like, so bored. I said, hey, bro. I was like, bro, how the heck when you lose to you know, a non-NBA team, bro? I was so upset when I turned the game off, bro. I said, dang. You know,
you know,
it's just random. So it
when
was just
you
like, you know,
bored, when you disappointed, you done had a bad day, bro. Like even if just nothing really going on for real, it's like I wonder what.
what they got today?
I wonder what the special is. I wonder what's featured. You know, wonder what's on the front page. Let me see. Oh god.
I done got so bored that I made a Raleigh squad team like with me, you, Jameer, Aaron, Jabari, Elijah, like all of us on the team. Darius, Kobe, the dude we played against yesterday, Alex.
Oh, yo, we gotta hoot with him again. That mess was fun.
Kobe
Yeah,
was lit, bro.
that
Kobe
mess
was
was
lit.
fun. Nah,
Kobe has enough strength to shoot and not jump.
no, because I hated when I was pressing this nigga, like literally on his shot. Like my hand was in front of the ball, and it's still like it. First of all, some of them were just on target, but when it actually went in past my hand, I was pissed. I was livid, nigga. That's not. No, just no, bro. I hate that. Nigga, fucking strong body, bro. That's what you get for being in the goddamn military.
Hated it.
Do. Oh my god. Have you watched any of the Andrew Tate shit that's been going on, bro?
I think some of it's starting to like die. He's starting to talk like people are starting to talk about him as like the Paul brothers.
No, because Logan wanted. I think both of them actually want to fight him. But the thing is, he's just a bit like he's an asshole. Like he's a dickhead, bro. Yeah. So I be seeing every time I hear about him from some other source is good. Whenever I see clips of this nigga speaking, it's at like it makes me hate this motherfucker. So I'm like, who in a right mind is fucking with this nigga? Like, for real, because I don't know, it's just so much shit he be saying. Like he was in Jamaica, some shit, and he's our skin, like he's not our skin tone, but he's like mixed or whatever. That nigga sounded racist as hell. Like I don't know, maybe it was because he was in a foreign country and them niggas was really like they was pressing him a little bit. Like I'm pretty sure he got robbed or whatever, but at the same time, motherfuckers was telling him not to leave the hotel because Jamaica is really not the place to be moving like you know where you at. And so I'm like, you got warned, you left, you got in a random motherfucker taxi, and then you gonna blame every other person for what the fuck happened to you. Like, you should have stayed your dumb ass in the hotel or not gone to Jamaica in the first place. Ain't nobody tell you to go to that country. Ain't nobody tell you to waste your passport stamp. Like, what the fuck? Ain't nobody tell you to get vaccinated to go all the way down there. If you ain't know what you was getting into, nigga, don't fucking go. Like, what the hell? talking shit on a whole group of people just for no reason. Like, it's so stupid. And then some of the shit he just be saying about women is wrong. Like, I like to consider myself a feminist. I'm not gonna say I'm the best feminist in the fucking world, but like some of the shit he just be saying is false. It's like completely false.
Some of it, okay, well, which stuff is that you done seen and what I done seen. But the stuff that I done seen from them, they're all, some of them are like,
But are the
but they're like very so far false and this and stuff. So
okay, so but are the valid points that he be making just really fucking general points that anybody can make at any given point in time? Like the little stuff I saw that made me kind of understand why people fuck with how he talk. It's basic bitch shit. Like it's like if you're talking about a bunch of woke, I guess you could say people or inspirational people or people who have different and valid opinions. He doesn't have any different opinions. He doesn't have any like I don't know.
but in fact, he be telling people to wake up. He basically be trying to tell people to be on their grind, but when it comes to women, I don't know. That's a different story.
But that's the thing. He be talking about getting on the grind. Good God. Okay. He was talking about getting on the grind. He has an entire school. Like he has a university online called Hustle University. That is a fucking scam. It is literally a pyramid scheme. Right?
Yeah, he ain't gonna do nothing. What he talks about, like his, like literally, he doesn't even post the stuff that he talks about. Other people, he has people do it.
Yeah, he has what is it? He has other people that he hired to be in there talking shit and like telling and like teaching people stuff. And some of the stuff isn't even like valid stuff that you want to pay because I'm pretty sure it's like $60. I'm gonna look this shit up actually. I want to see. Hold on. Plus, I can't type to save my life. Hustlers University 2.0. Oh god, I don't even want this to be in my fucking search history. Dead ass. 36 GBP? What the fuck? What is this? What is this currency? What? Hey, Ray, what's this? What's GBP? Anybody know what GBP is? Currency? I don't know what the fuck. I'm so confused. This right here. Right? I'm confused. I don't know how much I'm supposed to pay for this shit. Like, I mean, I'm not going to pay for this shit. No job, but still money arriving in your bank account. That sounds like a scam. I'm sorry. That just sounds like a right scam to me. How do you wait? Okay, so I got an automated message. What does this shit say? How do you want to change your life?
Straight up, bro.
Oh, I gotta enter an email? Can I just like type? You see. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I'm not putting change program selected for 547 what? 4,000.
For what?
Oh, apparently these are the programs selected for me. I don't think I would ever select these, but let's see. War Room is a global network in which exemplars of individualism work to free the modern man from socially induced incarceration. Oh, hold on. There's an elite package. It's $1,000 more. Let me see if it. This will change your life. That's it. That's all it says. You want me to pay 5,000, whatever this currency is, and the only thing you can tell me is this will change my life. Comes with Tate's PhD, which is the pimpin' hose degree, I believe.
Wait, isn't it?
I don't. I think pound. Hold on, let me look up what pounds. Be a British. Oh, okay. No, that is the. Oh, okay. So GBP. Yeah. That is the pound. Okay, so that's more. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, it's higher than $1, right?
So this is probably like. So it's 540. What the fuck? 5,400 pounds, which means it's probably like $5,800, maybe $6,000. And this is a price cut from its original price, which was 900 or 9,997 pounds. I can't talk or do math for y'all in the chat. Just I know. But but yeah, so and it just says pay with crypto. I don't.
My boy,
To be fair, crypto is going. Crypto is losing. It'll probably come. It'll more than likely come at this point in time. Crypto. What is this? I don't. Again? Oh no, that's the edit. Champagne. Okay. Lamborghini. That. Safari. McLaren. Okay. Ferrari. Nice. My particular. Why are there guns? Wait, what the fuck? I'm supposed to learn how to become a fucking soldier? I'm confused. I'm supposed to ship out if I start. Hey, just a pic of him shirtless and sweaty. Great, gotta love that. Gotta love the tip. Oh wow. This is very Chad. This is very alpha man. It. Okay, so this is also a fitness subscription. Great. Love that. That's network. Net worth is your network. You need to surround yourself with successful men to learn from. You're in a group of 100 ice cream experts, and all you spoke about was making ice cream. You learn a lot about ice cream.
I've heard him say that.
Like, not only is that so obvious, but that's the worst. Like, that is the worst analogy. That is the ugliest, most unattractive analogy I've ever. I'm Andrew Tate, world champion kickboxer and multimillionaire. I grew up broke and now I'm a multimillionaire. I teach the deserving this modern. Pressures verified by me personally. Each one from 500. a big gap between 10 and 500.
Probably like
Okay.
that's actually like slacking with that could do better.
But that's the thing. He's saying each of his professors are making between 10 and 500. So like it's $49 to actually. I just bullshit the left just hard hitting. I don't know. When one of your lessons is literally promote my business, I start to doubt. Yeah, it was just a little tweaked out, a little weird. He said some, but I'm just gonna not like it had anything to do with me besides being an annoying thing that I see on my timeline. About to. All right, I'm about to react to this video because that was what I put first in my thing, and I feel like I've just been talking about random shit for the past 20 minutes. So,
Yeah. How about you?
all right, peace, bud. Okay, sorry guys, back to business. Okay, it was. I had fun. You didn't. Back to Davis. I'm very excited about. I enjoy Davis. I enjoy Davis a lot. He's not obviously my favorite, and like don't get me wrong, I fucking love him. Like Phantom, easily my top. Like who's it go? It goes Phantom, Chris, Phantom, Duke and Chris are on like the same level to me. I love both of them. Like a good number. Kai, Agent, oh, Agent Kai, Davis. I don't really like Kai that much. Like I watch his shit. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not the biggest Kai fan.
To fool my entire chat with a fake girlfriend reveal. Y'all have been asking for a while, but I'm sorry, this is too good of an opportunity to troll.
If you don't mind me asking, why don't you want people to know like who she is?
Well, the real reason is it's just privacy. Like eventually I will do it, but it's like we just hit a year, and it's like the internet is just mad. You know, people like when they just get in stuff. Like like I could like people just do extra stuff. Like when we do videos with girls, like people like tag her, probably send that to you know how messy the internet can be.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
All right, yo, look, the shit. All right, so look, I'm gonna go live on stream in a second with that girl that just came here. I'm doing a fake girlfriend reveal because everybody been pressing me about it. I might do a real one eventually, but right now, like, I don't want to. You're just doing.
This man has no obligation. Man has absolutely no obligation to do any sort of reveal of anything personal in his life. Like the only reason he would do that is because motherfuckers keep pressing him, and people are starting to get on his nerves about it more than like unless his girl herself ends up wanting to be on camera, there's no real reason for him to do that because it's privacy, right? Like he's an entertainer, this is entertainment. You know, his relationship is not entertainment, right? His relationship is a relationship, and if he wants to, you know what I'm saying, add an entertainment aspect to it by putting it on camera and letting the fans know, then it's whatever. But like he has no obligation to do shit like that. And I really don't appreciate when people like assume that people like this, like YouTubers and shit like that, really need to put that part of themselves out there on camera and shit like that for everybody to see, because it's really just none of y'all business. Like it's not like even if both of them were creators, if they wanted to have a private relationship, let them have a private relationship. It doesn't matter. You don't watch the nigga to see what's going on in his day-to-day life because he's not a daily vlogger. If he was a daily vlogger, that's a little bit different, right? But you don't watch him for that. You watch him for whatever he does that make y'all laugh, happy, whatever y'all tune in for. That's what y'all watching him for. No obligation.
I want you to really just don't have a girlfriend. You really just don't get bitches. You're one of the weirdest niggas. Like, you're such an L. When the camera comes on, this shit's L man. Look, I want you to come in there and just be the definition of an L man. Because chat is gonna be like, they go over a script, and then if you keep going, they're gonna be like, oh wait, this might be real. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think it'll add an element of surprise to it.
Nah, I got you.
So like, what's some you gonna do?
Just be myself.
Okay, exactly.
Since I've already attempted to prank my chat in the past, I'm gonna need a really good backstory in order to fool the internet. Me and Rose need to sound like we've really been in a relationship for an entire year. Not only that, but we need to do some little things. Like I need to have her as my lock screen to make it even more convincing.
This is.
All right, so we gotta get our story together, Rose. Okay, so we met at the makeup A&P shoot, and then we just clicked. Like, well, where are our favorite places to go?
I recognize her from something. Like, am I tweaking? Is she Ethiopian? I need to read some comments real quick. I'm gonna. Robs. I know the front smile faded. Reset. Whatever. I swear I've seen this girl something. Like, I swear to God I've seen this girl somewhere. I cannot remember where I've seen her, but I've seen her somewhere. I don't know if she's like an actress or
The bowling alley.
The bowling alley. Okay, I can remember. That's pretty.
Top golf.
Bowling alley, Top Dog.
And the lake.
She like what like if? But Chad is gonna ask weird questions, so I'm gonna respond.
I'll be a weird question, guys. So
okay, yeah, give it test us.
What's David's favorite position? See?
Reverse cowgirl.
Here it is. Okay, yeah. I'm a.
See?
Reverse cowgirl.
Okay, yeah. I'm always play the. We don't have to discuss that, but you can feel free to blurt it out, like always. So ask that question again.
What's David's favorite position?
No, we don't really have to like.
It's reverse cowgirl.
Nah, hey, Chad, I want y'all to not be weird, cause like, you know, I don't, babe, I don't want to.
Hey.
All right, so we gotta get a good test run going before we go live on stream. If we had to actually fool the internet, so we'll leave. Just you tell me like how natural we sound, all right?
She gonna come on frame or she got
Yeah, no, I'm gonna call her in. Like this is like say this is where the stream is, and like I'm calling her in the camera. I want to introduce y'all to Rose. How you doing, man? All right, chat. Look, I've been private with this for a long time, but Rose is finally ready to come on camera. And look, I've been man. All right, chat.
Okay.
Look, I've been private with this for a long time, but Rose is finally ready to come on camera, and we're gonna react to some stuff for a little bit. But after that, I'm gonna let y'all ask her some questions. Be very respectful, like I said, because
and a lot of us think Davis is one of the most clumsiest humans on the planet Earth. Why and how do you have any interest in him?
I'm clumsy too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, now that was a great answer. Okay, bet. All right, I'm gonna go start up the stream. I'll just call Waleed and he'll just have you come in. All right, bet.
As soon as I started the stream, I knew it was gonna be my absolute crazy stream ever. The chat was going absolutely crazy, and I hadn't even gotten on camera yet. At this point, now I just have to execute.
Pre-scam chat. You know what? I'm gonna go get it. All right. How you doing?
As a
chat
avid YRG member, I'm very much used to getting scammed. I just want to put that out there. Like I feel for Davis's chat right now because I go through the same thing almost daily. You know, whenever he decides to stream, I'm praying. I'm hoping and praying I don't get done dirty, especially when I put channel points on the line. It hurts.
Meet Rose. Say hello to chat.
Hey, chat.
Where's the hug?
All right, chat. Now look, like I told y'all boys, I need y'all to be very respectful. We've been pretty hesitant on doing a stream for a minute, but truth be told, I honestly feel like, especially with everything been going on in the crib, you know, with the firework war and how I had to, all that shit. Look, now is the best time. So let's just keep it respectful. You know what I'm saying? So what's up to say? Come in. What's going on? Yo, chat, say something to say in the building. Babe, what you mean?
Hey, my boy.
Yeah. Chat, say what's something to say.
What's up?
Hey, it's been a minute, man. I ain't seen you in a minute. As a matter of fact, last time I saw you, you messed up my.
Deshae, bro.
No, I did. I'm not gonna lie.
Deshae looked like he should have always had waves. Not saying I didn't fuck with him when he had hair, cause again I've been watching the nigga
As
since
the
he was like
shade came
16.
on,
But
I'm not gonna lie, it just was a little bit
he
awkward.
he
Me
looked
and her
way
didn't have good chemistry, so
more
I stepped
his
outside the
age
room
with
to
the
try to
waves
figure
for
out
sure.
what was the best way we could re-strategize.
I love
I'm not
that.
gonna lie, the chat
I
was
love that
catching
emote
on.
so
They were
much.
saying L script,
I love that
4K,
emote.
L prank.
Yeah.
So I decided to come back in and get right into Ask Davis. This was the only way of saving the stream. You know, we're gonna get straight into Ask Davis, alright? Ask Davis and Rose, as a matter of fact.
Ask Davis and Rose.
Alright, chat. Alright. Jayla vibes.
One day
we'll
our
drag
chat
some
gonna
more
be popping
people
like
up.
that, by the way.
All right, David. So you agree she has the fattest
Can't even
ass?
respond to y'all.
Yeah, and it's nicely shaped and like, yeah.
Let him know.
So you don't think your ass is fatter?
No, I do not.
I mean,
are you being real with yourself right now?
I was about to say, I think he's lying because they just be looking like that nigga got a BBL back there. I mean, that shit's smackable. Fuck. I didn't mean to say like that. It wasn't like a delicious It was just like a. I'm sorry.
Compare?
Because when you walk,
Jiggle.
you fall over. You trip because your ass is so fat. You can't even pick that shit up. That shit.
But
is
hey,
too
you know,
fat.
alright, so why you
So
sitting here?
be real with
No,
yourself.
why are you sitting here? They told me about my clumsiness. Like I'm not. Like, you know, funny thing.
clumsy
That's
too.
exactly. That's one of the first things we
I
bonded
don't know
over.
why people always clown you on. I'm clumsy.
Exactly.
We're
That's
not
what.
talking
That's
about
what
your clumsiness thing. We're talking about all that ass you got back there, boy.
Yeah.
We're talking about all that.
Chat, why?
But,
I told
bro,
y'all not
like-
to be fucking our outfit of the day. They want an outfit of the day. I guess they're not. I'm gonna just.
Turn around, Davis.
I just got the, you know what I'm saying?
Davis. Do a little
custom
360.
one right here. You know, we got. It's comfit. It's comfit. You know, very comfit.
Okay.
Very comfit.
Getting
You know
a
what I'm
little,
saying?
a
Y'all
little
being
close.
weird. No, you're not getting no damn
Okay, that'd be
360. Stop
active.
being weird. Damn.
Who pulled
Hey.
who?
We already answered
He
the
just answered
question,
it.
bro. Like,
Nigga, that's
Okay,
not. You didn't answer the question,
I
nigga.
have a
We
question.
ended up being the only two that
Okay,
won,
what was
so
you guys'
we
first
won.
impressions of each other?
So we did that, and I beat him.
you beat me the first game. What happened in the second game?
We don't got to. We just talk about the first game. 'Cause after the first game, it didn't count. After the
Wait, let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. You let this lame ass nigga pull you.
Vibes,
Hey, that's toxic. Hey, that is a terrible fan. L fan right there. What's up?
I'm gonna ban you from the Discord.
let
You are a
this
dirty,
ass-
macking, weird, bro.
Facts.
Davis
Facts. Get him out of there.
In this relationship.
Facts. Get him out of there.
Egg story. Yo, chat, y'all are weird.
Yo.
No, we would never.
I wonder why it took him this long.
Exactly, because y'all are weird. Weird. Things seem to smooth out a bit. With us asking and answering questions so smoothly, it actually seemed like we knew each other.
Oh yeah, they doing
Now
a
there's
real
time to
good
add some
job.
people on the stream.
Willie, what's good?
Okay.
Just past like fucking year.
I fuck with that shirt heavy.
Since she's here, we gotta dodge every fucking.
Willie is so dirty.
Yes, now anytime she's in the house, she can
be in the background
yeah, she
video
can
done?
she can be in the yo.
Oh
There's
my
been
God.
I got
I don't
so-
miss that.
Hey,
I don't miss that chat. I'm so happy.
We'll leave it at chat.
So happy. I do not miss
So chat,
having
anytime
that,
we record a video,
having
like
to raise my voice
if
like
he's in the
him.
background, like Kai W Mans, he had to cut out like an entire bit of his of the
That
house
Blue Mountain
video
mic?
because she was in the background. She was in the. All right, chill, yeah.
Eventually, I plan on getting one of them mics that have the like one of the studio bitches, cause I want like crisp, clear sound when I talk to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I want some real like artist shit right here. Like this is dope because I love the glow and shit like that, especially when it's on. You know, it's real easy. So I'm gonna keep this for a long time. Don't get it fucked up. But eventually, I do want to get like a little studio mic because I want to take a swing at making music. I'm not going to say I'm super confident, but I know if you work at anything long enough and you got a passion for it, you'll eventually do something good with it. So I do eventually because I got all this technology around me for what, right? I might as well attempt. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of my friends are pretty musically inclined, and they got a lot of different skills and talents, I think that has kind of inspired me to at least attempt. So one day you might see me on stream trying to cook something up. Not beats. I'm personally like I can try beats. Personally do not think I would be that good at it. I know my friend Eli, amazing at making beats. Every time he plays something in my whip bread goes stupid. Like I can just imagine some of the top niggas in the game spitting on his shit, and he really be doing his thing. So and I know it's way more difficult than he lets on. Like that shit is not easy. There's a lot of attention to detail that goes into it and shit like that. And I know if I practice I could get good at it, but I'm more focused on like lyricism and things like that when it comes to the musical side of things. I really like songwriting as a idea. So but back to the vid. I'm so sorry.
This question tests your loyalty, okay?
Uh-oh.
So, would you rather snitch on the whole AMP and they all go to jail, right?
Uh-huh.
Or cheat on your girlfriend?
Cheat. I'm sorry.
Davis.
He said, would I rather snitch on AMP again?
Nah, cause he gotta answer this like he talking about his actual girl. Either way you lose.
Hello?
Hey.
Hello?
It's lagging.
Hello?
It's lagging? Not.
Oh yeah, it's just lagging?
It's lagging, bro.
Lagging in real life?
Listen.
Like,
obviously, come on. Like,
okay, what girl is actually getting like? Okay. Hear me, right? So first of all, those are his business partners. First and foremost, not only those his friends, those are his business partners. So it's a little bit different. But when it comes to this, I feel like this is redlining a lot. I don't know if that's messing with y'all ears or what. Is that better? Okay, yeah, that's barely redlining. Let me go here. Okay, it's more than yellow. Okay, yeah, I don't know I don't know what y'all are hearing, so I'm trying to adjust as I go. Sometimes my hand just hits it because it's fun to play with. But like honestly, I don't know. Dog is knocked. Honestly, I don't know how I'd answer that because like those are his business partners, those are his friends, and especially when it comes to people you've been friends with for like a very, very long time, like people like there are some people who I'm friends with I consider brothers, right? So like I could never send a brother to jail. That's just not gonna happen. You know what I mean? So if I gotta like do that and then make it up to my girl, because my girl is honestly the love of my life. So if I gotta do that and then make it up to her in some way, shape, or form, I'm gonna do that. But I can't send my niggas to jail, right? Because you can't make up for losing, like making your niggas lose years of their lives. You can explain to your girl like, hey, such and such happened. You know what I'm saying? I only love you, I guess, and try and fix that. And even if you can't fix it, right, like you can try to find love again. Whereas your brothers are gonna be in jail and you just gonna be out free doing whatever the fuck you gonna be doing. So that's just, I don't know, that's a little fucked up. First of all, that's a fucked up question, which is the point. But at the same time, like I couldn't send a homie to jail. I just could not do it.
I would never cheat on her, bro. I would never cheat on her.
That's cap.
So you
snitching?
So
this is the woman 100%.
The whole AMP is going to jail. AMP going to jail.
So you just snitching on everybody.
Yeah, bro.
You're a rat.
Black men don't cheat, bro.
You're a rat. I'm not gonna lie, you're a rat. Yeah. You're a rat.
You know what? I kind of respect it.
Why we're not in the chat? Come off it. Where you at? KC 3000. You look like you in heaven right now. You can barely even see you, bro.
Nah. Kai, get off the chat, bro. Your nigga's a snake, bro. Get out of there. He's a snake.
I was telling her how I was telling chat how she can finally be like in the background of videos. Cause remember in the house, the original house where you shot, like she was in the background of a bit, so you had to cut her out like the whole video. Like Kai has been such a W man's like while I haven't.
Yeah, I met her already. But the thing is, I haven't had like a one-on-one.
Yeah, but oh my.
You doing too much.
Wait, what happened?
The shade's doing something weird.
See, the only reason he's doing too much is because there was no reason for him to explain that before Kai said anything, because that make it look like he's trying to force him to make up a story. If Kai already knows what's going on, he should have just let some shit happen naturally. I'll request a video. Of course you can request a video. What you want me to watch?
Wait, what happened?
I was joking too much.
What are you talking about?
Like shit, I ain't had a video request.
But Kai had to literally cut her out of the background of out of one of his bits, and I don't know. I just push that. I feel like disrespect.
Okay, this is
Low key.
Give me a little second here. Give me a little, you know. I gotta check on this real quick.
Few things would be more terrifying.
Oh. This looks fine. Yeah, I'll watch it. Okay. I'll be sure to watch it. I'm gonna watch it right after this, but thank you so much for suggesting something though. I'm actually interested in this. I'm interested in a lot of like anything. So if you have any weird or stuff you think is weird that you want me to watch, please do that because I'll watch it. Like I get interested in things very easily. So yeah, let me get back to this and then I'll be on that in a second.
Hey, both y'all stand up. Height check.
I'm not gonna lie, I might be the shortest YouTuber.
But guess what?
The shortest YouTuber.
Nah, he look.
You shorter than Kai?
Yo, what the fuck?
Hey, I just.
Yo, what the fuck?
Hey. Why are you blowing your fist up? No, what's up, bro?
Yo,
what's up? Wait,
Okay,
no, why is he blowing?
She just said, like, why did she say it like that? Come on, check her, bro.
Because the niggas.
You didn't check her.
Damn.
Wait, no, I'm dead ass. The nigga's legit short. That's not a diss though. The shit is like getting money, acting.
I don't want to hear that.
You got a nice
Yo,
win.
did I just catch a fucking straight bullet?
How the fuck did you get a stray? How did you get a stray? With Kai and Deshae coming in on stream and the chemistry, low-key, everything being on sync, and me having some great answers to any questions anyone's bringing up, the plan is completely in full effect. Everything is working well. This right here was actually super perfect. She answered a phone call and referred to me as a friend, which caused a lot of debate in the chat and people even telling me that this entire relationship is a red flag. Which it kind of would have been, but it allowed it to seem more realistic.
Let me take this. Okay. I'm a flight attendant.
Oh shit, let me get some
Hey.
Let me get some free food. Nigga, you know how much it costs to come in?
Yeah, I'm helping out a friend with a live stream.
Both y'all are billionaires.
Nah, you're L-Mans. You're L-Mans. That's crazy. Let me get on that buddy pass. Well, if my girl worked at like the...
She can only get...
Oh.
You got the buddy pass? Yeah.
No,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm sitting next to my girl and she say some shit like, "Oh, I'm helping out a friend," we gotta have a convo. We gotta have a talk.
Niggas is being so
You are
weird.
so weird. Whoa! Because if my bitch was a hoe or anything, you said you was your friend.
Yeah.
She was on the phone. She said she's with a friend.
My family do not know about him. Nobody in my life know about him.
Wait.
Hey,
Whoa!
Wait a fucking minute.
Hold on, wait, listen. Wow, we gotta let
friend.
Okay, let me explain myself. I'm gonna explain myself. Let me explain
You gotta
myself.
understand her background and where her family's
I'm
from.
literally Ethiopian. Like.
Oh, I caught it. No wonder she reminds me so much of my girlfriend. She Ethiopian. Oh my god, Ethiopian women are fucking beautiful.
He want my
bro.
family to know about him. He got to introduce himself to my family. That's on him. That's a man's job to introduce himself to my. That's not my job, and it's not my responsibility.
They're gonna be so weird.
So he gotta do that, and it's on him. And whenever he want to do that, he can do that. I told him.
Introduce him right now. Y'all been together for a year.
Nah, you bugging right there. Y'all don't understand. You don't understand what
how
it's like.
Ethiopian families work.
Like y'all.
It's not my fault. Y'all ain't got no culture. It's not.
No.
It ain't my fault.
Hold on. I have a lot of culture. Yes, I do.
I don't see you do anything
I'm Trinidad. Yo, bro, what? I try, bro. I'm more cultured than you, nigga.
Are you
Nigga, I had fufu last week. What
That's
you
not,
talking
that's
about?
not Daddy. You're not cultured.
What the fuck is up, man?
Oh,
Nigga, I see you.
yo. Hey, dude, come on in. Dude, come on in.
What the fuck is up, nigga? I ain't see you in like, you know what I'm saying?
Superstar.
D Block Dude? Is that?
This is my girlfriend listening.
Big Block. Is that who I said?
And then,
You know the crazy thing
who
is.
do you think paid? Who do you think paid?
But
hold on, this is you revealing her?
yes.
I thought y'all been did it.
Nah. You know the thing is that
W Dude. We love that.
y'all are so weird.
I hate
What
them.
does that mean?
I hate them.
They're
I hate
so
them.
weird.
I fucking hate them.
No, that's terrible.
I swear to God, bro, I hate them niggas, bro. Them niggas is weird.
Yeah. Yo, 2 seconds. Hey, baby, kick him. You can. I'm gonna bring you back on shit in a second. Kick him. Appreciate it. Number one thing I gotta say, chat, is that this is why I would never do a real girlfriend reel. Cause y'all
love that. All right, now I'm gonna get to your video, sir. It's the air connection. First, let's see what you got. Now, again, if I'm not interested, I will turn it off. But I think it should be fun.
30 minutes. In this case, this was 11. Few things would be more terrifying to a pilot than the prospect of running out of fuel mid-flight. But that is exactly what's about to happen to this Boeing 737 crew after having flown a heart-wrenching 6 approaches going on their 7th. How that was possible and what led up to it is what I'm going to tell you about today, so stay tuned.
Now, I do eventually want to try and get, like, I want to do every vehicle thing possible. Like, I want to get a motorcycle license. I don't know about boats. Boats are a little iffy for me, but I do want to try and get some sort of pilot's license. That's going to be for flying a helicopter or getting, like, a personal plane. Because, I don't know. That just seems so sick. Like, going to your own hangar and, like, opening it up and then getting in your own plane and calling somebody at a tower and being like, so I'm gonna be there in like 2 hours. I'm gonna need y'all to clear a little spot for me so I can, slide my plane in with all the like Southwest and whatever they got going on. Like that would be dope.
The story I'm going to tell you about today is the story of Jet Airways Flight 555, and it's actually one of the more crazy stories that I've ever come across. It's a story about communication, about, to a certain extent, bad luck and bad timing, but also decision making and how a single decision can have potentially devastating consequences going forward. The incident took place on the 18th of August 2015, and the aircraft that is involved is a Boeing 737-800, just like the type that I'm flying. The crew was quite experienced. The captain was 40 years old and had just under 6,700 hours, the majority of which he had flown on the 7.
Anybody ever been on one of these double-decker planes? I've never... First of all, I haven't seen one in person, but I've never been on one either. And I've taken like a lot of flights, but I've never been on a double-decker plane. Also, favorite airline in the chat, if y'all got one. Personally, JetBlue. I love JetBlue. I don't get to fly a lot because it's mad expensive, but JetBlue is, woo! Gotta love JetBlue.
737. He was assisted by a
Southwest is a good second.
first officer that was slightly less experienced. He had just under 1,500 hours of total time and about 580 on the type. They had both operated together on the day before, on the 17th of August, where they had flown from Cochin in India over towards Doha. And then they had a night stop there. They were fully rested on the 18th of August, which is the day of the incident. The flight that they were about to operate was a night flight, so they met up at 18:30 UTC, and that's about midnight local time, and they started doing the pre-flight preparation. The weather en route looked absolutely fine, but the weather on their destination looked like it could be potentially a little bit misty. However, the weather they had available for their planning was quite old. It was issued at 0900 UTC, so almost 15 hours earlier, but it was still valid. It indicated a visibility at the destination Cochin of about 4,000 meters with light wind.
So how bad does weather have to be for a flight to get canceled? Like, because I would imagine thick fog is a pretty good reason. Like, I know y'all have instruments and stuff like that, but I would imagine like thick fog is a pretty good reason to not take off, right? Like this seems like if it looked like this seems like some OD fog to be like actually taking off. But yeah, like, what's the bare minimum bad weather y'all have to be to just like not be able to go anywhere at all? Because that's, I don't know, that's a little interesting to me. I wonder.
From a northerly direction, and clouds scattered at 1,500 feet and broken clouds at 9,000 feet. So this is fairly good weather. Their alternate air.
Okay. Okay. Oh, so there are certain aircrafts I would assume that can't handle certain I'm looking for a word right now and it just went right out the other side of my brain. But there are certain aircrafts that aren't specifically ready to deal with certain types of weather up to a certain point, I would assume. Like if maybe this Boeing wouldn't be able to fly in the same weather as like the Virgin mobile plane I saw sitting right next to it that's like bigger, has more body, might get more lift. Don't know that much about aerodynamics, but I would assume bigger wings. I don't know. Okay, cool.
Airport Bangalore had even better weather with a visibility of 8,000 meters, winds from 290 at 10 knots, and some scattered clouds at 1,200 feet and broken clouds at 8,000 feet. So this was a perfectly good weather situation for the time. When we have a weather forecast that indicates that at the time of our arrival, plus 1 hour before and 1 hour after, the weather will be good enough for us to land using the approaches available at our destination, well then we only need one alternate airport. Now the alternate airport needs to have slightly better weather than our destination just to give us a little bit better margin in case we have to divert. What we do is that we look at the best possible approach rate at our alternate airport and then we go to the
Wait, okay. So these are different. Are these different types of approaches? Like it's one or the other. Like you don't use all four of these for. Or I guess I should use this. So you would use all four of these to get to that destination. I would assume like all these instruments are working together, or is it like either you use your instrument landing system, or you use your area navigation, or you use your localizer approach, or your omnidirectional radio.
second best approach rate, and we make sure that the weather is still good enough to be able to take that. In this case, the crew looked at the weather and they figured that, yeah, this is good enough. We don't need two alternates and we don't need to look too much into it. So we could potentially take minimum fuel going here. But the captain looked a little bit closer at the weather and saw that even though it was better than the minimum required, it still wasn't great. There was still some mist there, and whenever you have mist, there's always a possibility that that mist might turn into fog or it might be worse.
I'm sorry, I'm pausing a lot. Okay, so when they say take minimum gas, I'm assuming that based on the weather and stuff like that, y'all will like use less gas so that it's not as expensive of a trip. Because like once you land, you still have the gas in the plane, right? So you don't defuel a plane. Okay, thank you.
Worse than expected. So he thought, let's take a little bit extra fuel to enable us to hold a little bit when we get overhead coaching. So that's what they did. They looked at their flight plan and they started calculating how much fuel they were actually going to take, taking this into consideration. Now here it's quite important for you guys to understand how we actually calculate our minimum fuel before we dispatch. So in the case of Jet Airways, they started off with adding taxi fuel. Taxi fuel was about 180 kilos and that was calculated on a fuel burn of about 12 kilos per minute, giving them 15 minutes of taxi time, which is reasonable. The next thing that I added on was the trip fuel, and the trip fuel is calculated from brakes release for takeoff, climb, the standard instrument departure, then climb up to cruise level, the whole flight to top of descent, the descent into and including the standard arrival route, and then 240 kilos for the approach phase down to landing. In this case, the trip fuel was 11,112 kilos or 4 hours and 7 minutes. On top of this, we also add something called contingency fuel, and it is exactly what it sounds like. It's for contingency, so maybe there's a thunderstorm en route that we need to divert around or something like that. This tends to be a minimum of 5% of the trip fuel. In this case, that was 556 kilos or 14 minutes. And then we add on the alt.
I'd be a little scared with only 14 extra minutes. Like, I'm sorry, I'd want, and again, I'm not a pilot, so I don't know what y'all are comfortable with, but I would definitely want at least like 30 in case something bad happened, because I don't know, I feel like if I have to fly around something, right, I have to completely adjust my original plan of attack for how I was getting to that airport. So I don't know. I guess 14 minutes is enough for that. Well, I mean, I think the whole story is it wasn't, but yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily feel only that.
Alternate fuel, which includes the missed approach at our destination, a climb to 1,500 feet initially, then the standard instrument departure, the climb, cruise, and then descend into our alternate and a further approach. In this case, the fuel was to Bangalore, and they needed 2,178 kilos for that. That was about 44 minutes of flying time. Now, the last amount of fuel that we need to add in order to find our minimum legal dispatch fuel is our final reserve fuel. And the final reserve fuel needs to enable us to fly at an altitude of 1,500 feet over our alternate for a minimum of 30 minutes. In this case, this was 1,128 kilos. Jet Airways had then also added 1 hour of APU burn, which is 105 kilos, and in total this led to an absolute minimum fuel, according to Jet Airways, of 15,295 kilos.
Wait, so how do you get 60 minutes of flight time out of 150 kilos, but only 15 minutes out of 180? Is the APU, does the APU like burn it differently? I'm actually confused. APU is. Oh, okay, so it didn't. Okay.
For this flight. Like I mentioned before, the captain then decided to add another 750 kilos of fuel, about 19 minutes extra flight time, and then he rounded the total fuel up to the closest 100, ending up at 16,100 kilos of fuel, which was well above the minimum required for this flight. Once the crew had decided on the fuel they were going to take, they now started looking into all of the other preparation material as well. And the first officer took quite keen interest into the NOTAMs. These are documents that indicate if something is working or not working at the destination and the alternate airports, and also the airports en route. And his attention to detail is going to become important in this story. Once the pilots were happy with their pre-flight preparation, they walked over to their 6 cabin crew members that was going to fly with them on that day, and then they all together walked out to the aircraft and started preparing it for departure. They boarded their 142 passengers that were scheduled for the flights over towards Cochin, and the captain was going to be pilot flying for the flight, and the first officer was going to be pilot monitoring. The aircraft in itself was a 3-year-old 737-800, which was fully serviceable. There was nothing wrong with it. The pilots completed their pre-flight preparation, they received pushback and start clearance, and then started taxiing out for departure. At time 1937 UTC, that's just about 10 minutes past 1 o'clock local time, the aircraft departed from Doha and started flying towards Cochin in India. The climb out and the cruise phase of this flight was completely uneventful, and at time 2300 UTC, that's about 4:30 in the morning in Cochin, the flight crew got into contact with Cochin ATC to get the latest weather. ATC responded and reported that the weather was quite nice in Cochin. It was 3,500 meters in mist, some few clouds at 1,500 feet and light winds. So this was more or less exactly what the pilots had expected. So the captain started setting up for a standard ILS approach in runway 27 in Cochin, and that approach is something we call a full procedure approach. This means that instead of getting radar vectored onto the final approach before landing, the crew would have to fly in over a VOR navigate that was situated close to the airfield, and then they would have to fly out to a specific distance before they could turn in and join the ILS procedure. A VOR navigate full procedure approach. This means that instead of getting radar vectored onto the final approach before landing, the crew would have to fly in over a VOR navigate that was situated close to the airfield, and then they would have to fly out to a specific distance before they could turn in and join the ILS procedurally. About 48 minutes later, at time 23:48, the aircraft arrived above Cochin VOR and started flying outbound for the approach. At this point, they had about 4,844 kilos of fuel available, which was much more than their minimum diversion fuel towards Bangalore. The crew started to slow the aircraft down according to procedure. They started to extend their flaps and completing their landing checklists. The minimum visibility for this approach was 650 meters, and the minimum, the lowest point that they could fly down to before they had to do a missed approach, was 320 feet. And the crew was not expecting any problems with this, given the weather they just received. But as they were descending down the glide slope, it became more and more obvious that the weather was actually much worse than expected. And when the captain reached the minima, 320 feet, he couldn't see anything. So he executed the first go-around. After the go-around, the crew entered a holding pattern over Cochin VOR, and they now started discussing how to proceed. They had 4,699 kilos of fuel on board, and the minimum diversion fuel towards Bangalore was 3,306, so they still had a lot of fuel. They knew that the weather in Bangalore was good and that they had a working ILS approach there, but they now started looking into the other alternates that were a little bit closer to see if they maybe could change their alternate to one of them in order to give them even more fuel margin to do possibly one or two more approaches into Cochin. The two alternates they were now looking into was Coimbatore, which was the closest one, and Trivandrum, which was a little bit further away. But when they were discussing this, the first officer told the captain that actually in Trivandrum we have to be a bit careful, because even though it normally has an ILS approach there, the ILS approach was down for maintenance for about a week, so they only have non-precision approaches, a VOR approach available in Trivandrum. The captain acknowledged this, and they checked what the weather was like in Trivandrum, and it was given as 3,000 meters, which was well above the minimum requirement for a VOR approach into there, so the captain felt quite confident about it. As they were discussing this and setting up for the second approach into runway 27, two Air India Express Boeing 737s were ahead of them on final. The first one managed to land and reported that he could see the runway at about 1,400 feet, but that there were low clouds moving around the airport. The second Air India Express had to go around. So when Jet Airways Flight 555 started their second approach, Cochin ATC came in and told them that the visibility was now 2,500 meters and that there were low clouds at about 600 feet. The second approach proceeded exactly like the first one, with the pilots reaching the minima without having any sign of the runway in front of them. They now executed their second go-around and once again entered holding pattern over Cochin. The fuel was now 3,919 kilos, which was still more than the minimum of 3,306 kilos they needed to divert to Bangalore, but the captain now wanted to redesignate their alternate to Trivandrum instead, because if he did so, that would give him approximately 20 minutes longer, which he could use to do a third approach in towards Cochin. The first officer was not very happy with this. He pointed out to the captain that the weather was actually getting worse, not better, and that the sun was about to rise, and that would make it even harder to see through the haze. With this, he pointed out to the captain that the weather was actually getting worse, not better.
Okay, so it's not captain and co-captain, it's captain and then the first officer. So I'm guessing captain gets to make last call on any deviations that he makes a plan to make during the trip, and even if the first officer has like a problem with it. There's not too much he could do, I would assume. Like, even though they're flying it together, right? Like, it's not just because it's two people in the cockpit. It's not just two people in the cockpit. Do they switch off, or is it they're both controlling different things at the same time during flight? There's one. Oh, okay. So they decide that beforehand. Okay. All right. And so if you're the one pilot flying, I'd assume y'all have to come to an agreement, right? Like, you can't, like, if I'm flying and you're right here and you're monitoring what I'm doing, right? I'm focused on flying, you're focused on literally everything else in the plane. I would assume that, like, if you tell me that something's probably not a good idea, I can't just be like, oh no, fuck you. Like, I'm doing what I wanted to do anyways, right? Like, even if I'm the one who's pilot flying, I would assume I'd still have to, like, me and him would have to come to something. Sure, Captain should final say Casey was persistent. Okay, that's what it is. Oh, all right.
And that the sun was about to rise, and that would make it even harder to see through the haze. The captain countered that argument with the fact that they had Coimbatore as an alternate airport that was even closer than Trivandrum if they would need it, but they never took any weather for Coimbatore. At time 0020 and 6 seconds, the crew of Jet Airways Flight 555 informed air traffic control that they were now redesignating Trivandrum as their primary alternate. And this is where you guys need to pay particular attention at the decision making, because up until this point, the decision making that these two pilots have made is just like any other flight crew. They decided to take some extra fuel because they saw that the weather was a little bit iffy at Cochin. They then flew the flight. They executed a go-around on the first approach attempt. They went into holding. They discussed their fuel state. They did a second approach that also led to a go-around. And now they're in the holding pattern, discussing what to do further. And you can see how the captain is reasoning, right? He has listened to air traffic control. They've given him good weather. He has also listened to some pilot reports, both from aircraft that has been on approach, but also on the runway, saying that the visibility is generally around 3,000 meters, but there's some few clouds moving around. So it's likely that he thinks that they were just unlucky on their first two attempts, okay? They just managed to hit those few clouds, and on the third attempt, they are going to get this aircraft down on the ground. But while he is thinking like this, he's also painting himself into a corner. He's getting fewer and fewer options available to him. And that is going to lead to some quite crazy things coming up next. So after this short message from my sponsor, I'm going to tell you all about it. We're going to runway 2T. Now back to the video. The crew now started to prepare for their third approach into runway 27, and as they did so, another flight, a Kuwait flight 329, went around ahead of them. That prompted air traffic control to update the weather to a visibility of 2,000 meters and scattered clouds at 400 feet. Air traffic control now asked the Jet Airways crew what their intentions were, and the captain informed them that in case of missed approach, they would request a diversion straight down towards Trivandrum. ATC then told them that the latest weather they had for Trivandrum was a visibility of 3,000 meters and overcast clouds at 1,500 feet. Still perfectly okay for the VOR approach. So the crew initiated their third approach with exactly the same result. They came down to the minima, saw nothing, and executed their now third missed approach for the day.
So what's happening here, right? Because I'm hearing that they're getting decent enough conditions, so they should be able to see the runway. But every time they go down, they can't, or they just because they can't just be getting unlucky with the clouds, right? Like, it went from low clouds to scattered, which I would assume scattered means you'd have a higher chance of particularly getting through versus just a low like layer of cloud. So like what I am kind of curious as to what's happening because they tried to land at the same airport, right, 3 times, and they're talking to the same people, and they're getting different measurements each time about like where visibility is going to be at and what the clouds are looking. But so far, every time it was a doable landing. So I'm very confused at what's going on because at this point they're just going in circles.
When they started flying their missed approach procedure, air traffic control told them to climb straight ahead to 4,000 feet and then turn left to join the Cochin Radial 180 and proceed down towards Trivandrum. The crew acknowledged this and started flying according to their cleared route, and at this point they had a fuel of about 2,644 kilos, and the minimum diversion fuel down towards Trivandrum was 2,614 kilos, so they're basically bang on their minimum diversion fuel. They requested to climb to 21,000 feet to flight level 210, and as they were cleared to climb,
which means that they get there and they can't land, because this is the one where they didn't get to get the weather beforehand, right? So if they were to get there and not be able to land, they're out of fuel. Like they're done for. They're done so. Like they either have to use straight like how do you land a plane without fuel? Like isn't that one of the things that you have to do before you get your pilot's license? Like land a plane without fuel or something like that. Maybe that's just for a helicopter. I'm again not 100% right. Yeah, I don't. If they don't land their first attempt, they're done for it. Like that's terrifying.
Climb, they received an updated weather report from Trivandrum where the visibility had now started to go down to 2,500 meters. At time 0102 UTC, that's 0630 local time, the Jet Airways crew got into contact with Trivandrum ATC. Trivandrum ATC told them that they could expect runway 14 for the VOR approach and that the visibility has now gone down to 1,500 meters. And that's a problem because the minimum visibility to start the VOR approach for that runway was 2,100 meters. When the captain heard this, he asked if there was high-intensity approach lights and runway lights available to him because he wanted to use something called converted MET visibility in order to start the approach. Now, converted MET visibility is basically a tool that we pilots have when we're flying and we don't have access to proper RVR. We only have reported MET visibility, and that was the case here. Because if you, for example, can see 500 meters normal visibility, but you're looking at a very strong light, it's very likely that you'll be able to see that light at a much further distance. So especially during hours of darkness, we can actually use a table to convert reported visibility into converted MET visibility and thus get a higher visibility number to enable us to start an approach. And that was what the captain was trying to do here. Unfortunately, at this runway, that wasn't available. So our traffic control told him that no, we only have a simple approach light system with high intensity. But anyway, the captain did the conversion anyway, which enabled him to start the approach. And this is where things are starting to get a little bit sketchy. The crew now starts descending down towards Trivandrum, but when they're about...
sketchy the moment they left and didn't have enough fuel to have... It's basically sketchy the moment they leave and they don't have enough fuel to make 2 approaches, right? Because if you miss the first one, like I said before, you're screwed. So if you don't have enough fuel to make 2, then... If you don't have enough fuel to make 2, then especially with these conditions, right? The low visibility, we don't have high intensity lights here, which I feel like should be standard. Like if you know that there's a chance that a situation like this could happen, why not have some high intensity light so people can get that met version or whatever. Yeah, like this has been sketch. This has been sketch.
25 miles away from the airport, the captain realizes that he's way too high to start this approach. That might be because he was expecting to do a full procedural arrival and he actually started getting radar vectors in for the approach, but in any case he had to do a 360-degree turn in order to lose a little bit of altitude, which of course used up a little bit of fuel as well. After this, the crew declares minimum fuel to air traffic control. Minimum fuel is the first step in a multi-step process indicating that they have a fuel problem. And minimum fuel is not an emergency call, but it tells air traffic control that this aircraft has reduced its available airport down to 1, and that any change to their current clearance might lead to this aircraft landing with less than final reserve fuel. And anytime that an aircrew sees that they're going to land with less than final reserve, they have to declare an emergency, which is the next step in that process. Air traffic control acknowledged the message and cleared the crew for a VR approach runway 14, and they also cleared them to land runway 14 with a visibility of 2,000 meters. At time 01:19 UTC, Jet Airways flight 555 reaches its minimum descent altitude on the VR approach without being able to see the runway. This now means that they have to execute their 4th go-around of the day, and when they hit the toga buttons, they're down to a fuel of 1,324 kilos. And remember that the final reserve fuel is only about 1,300 kilo. And that means that 40 seconds after they initiate the go-around, they now call Mayday, 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 fuel. Jet Airways flight 555. Whenever a fuel emergency is announced, this opens up all available runways, airports and approaches for the aircraft that has declared the emergency. This includes military airports as well. So after having declared the emergency, the captain now asks air traffic control if he can do a visual approach in for runway 14 instead. And this is where things are starting to get really crazy. Because remember, they've just done a VR approach down to runway 14. They didn't see enough to land from that approach. So to be able to do a visual approach, as the name suggests, you're doing that visually. You need to see the whole runway and the runway environment clearly in order to safely do a visual approach, which is not backed up by any nav aids. Now, a visual approach is something that we would do in order to do a slightly tighter approach, in order to save some time and fuel, but you have to have really good weather in order to do this, and they do not have this weather. Now, I understand that the captain at this point is probably starting to panic a little bit. He doesn't think that he has enough fuel to safely fly a full procedure VR approach in, and he just wants to get the aircraft down on the ground. But on the other hand, he doesn't see the runway, so it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, he levels off the aircraft at approximately 1,000 feet above ground level, which is lower than we would normally do during a visual approach. He then flies downwind until he is approximately abeam, the threshold for runway 14, and as they pass the abeam point, they call up air traffic control and tell them that they are now turning base for runway 14. Air traffic control tells them that you are just passing the abeam point, confirm that you can see the runway, indicating that air traffic control thinks that they're way too close to make the 90-degree turn to start getting themselves onto final. The crew reads this back, they descend down to 500 feet and then turns towards the airport. But because they cannot see the airport properly, they end up to the right of centerline and way too low. And once they realize this, when they finally see the runway, the captain turns abruptly to the left, causing a bank angle warning. And when he hears the bank angle, he now goes around for the 5th time. They now have only 898 kilos on board, and the captain once again asks if he can do another visual approach for runway 14. Because he's in an emergency, air traffic control approves this. Once again, he levels off at 1,000 feet, and he gets an updated visibility report from the Trivandrum ATC saying that they now have 2,000 meters visibility, which is way too low for what he is doing. He continues down once again, initiates his base turn way too early, descending to 500 feet on base, and once again ends up in a position where he's not aligned with the runway and he's too high, prompting an incredible 6th go around for the day. The fuel is now 662 kilos and things are starting to get really critical. Unless they can manage to get this aircraft down on the ground within the next 10 to 12 minutes, they will run out of fuel, and the captain is well aware of this. Because of this, he now tells air traffic control,
I'm sorry, I'd be panicking. Like, y'all, especially if I have passengers, y'all gonna hear it too. I'm gonna be, hey, look, I'm sorry. I thought I could do it off site alone. We've gone around 6 times today. We are steadily losing fuel. If we do not make, I don't know what we're gonna do. Like, this is horrible. Nah, I'd be on.
And his colleague that he intends to, instead of doing another circuit for runway 14, he wants to do a 180-degree turn to land on the opposite runway, runway 32, which would be slightly quicker. The problem is, of course, that he still is in cloud. He doesn't see anything. So he takes control of the aircraft, turns slightly to the left in order to widen the turn slightly, and then starts turning right to join with the final approach. As he's doing this, the first EGP-WS warning goes on, saying terrain, terrain, followed by a second saying terrain, terrain, pull up. The pilot responds to both of these warnings with saying out loud that they're visual with the terrain below them, and the first officer reaches over and inhibits the ground proximity warning system. At time 01:38 and 6 seconds, the first officer looks over to the captain and asks, "Do you know where it is?" And the captain just responds, "Just flying blindly." They then continue to descend down towards the runway. The bank angle warning comes on several times. The latest one is at 50 feet above the runway. And at time 01:39, they manage to touch down safely on runway 32. The aircraft is okay, passengers and crew are okay, and they taxi into the airport. The final total fuel recorded on board after the engines were shut down at the gate was 349 kilos. Just to give you some perspective, the aircraft normally burns about 40 to 50 kilos per minute and about twice as much if it's on climb thrusts. Because the pilots had declared an emergency, the cockpit voice recording was preserved and sent into the investigation team. And that, together with the safety report that the crew filed, lay foundation to the incident report that I've just told you about. But after the cockpit voice recorder had been removed and replaced, the crew of this flight simply refueled the aircraft and flew back to Cochin on the very same day. And that's just something that I personally cannot understand, because what they've just been through is basically a near-death experience, right? Their adrenaline levels must have been through the roof, and to think that they would be fit to fly on a second flight on the same day after something like this is just unfathomable. The findings of the investigation showed that the weather was obviously a factor that led the pilots into this situation. But it also showed that there was insufficient guidance from the airport where the weather was marginal. And just to give you an example, the airline that I work for myself, we have a rule saying that you can do 2 approaches into the same airport with the same weather. But in order to do a third approach, you need the weather to have doubled. If that's not the case, so if you're hovering around the same kind of marginal weather as you did during the first 2 approaches, well then you have to divert. And obviously you want to divert to an airport where you are reasonably sure that you can get down. Specifically, you want to fly to an airport where you have, if possible, a precision approach to fly to. To go to an alternate airport where the weather is equally marginal as the airport that you just left behind you, but where the approach...
That's another thing. I'm very, clinical with stuff, right? Like, if, first of all, this unlocked an entirely new fear for me, right? So if I was to be a pilot and I was to have this problem, well, I wouldn't have this problem because I'm making sure I might even have 2 alternates. Like, I'm gonna need a backup for my backup alternate, right? Like, if I'm at minimum fuel to get me to my alternate, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna want to land where I'm at. Like, I'd rather try my luck with the fuel I have and see if I can land where I'm at, rather than trying to go somewhere farther away and potentially get in the same situation. Because from at least what I remember, they said they didn't get the weather report for Tirunvananthapuram. I said that completely wrong, and he said it like 14 times, but yes. So I don't know. I again, not a pilot, but that diversion at that fuel level just seems very sketchy to me personally. I would have been at coaching saying, "Hey, look, we have an alternate, but I'm not sure we're gonna make it. So, do you think we might be able to like land here, refuel like a little bit, and then we could go to the other spot because we didn't even check that. Oh, they did not get for. They did get it for. Okay, so is this what this report is gonna say? So they thought the weather was gonna be good, but it ended up not being reported well in the first place, I'm assuming, and that's why it ended up becoming a problem. I think the place they did alternate. Okay, yeah. Okay, so they did have two alternates. Okay. I still would have checked the weather for my second alternate, but they did have two alternates. That's scary, man. Like I would assume with a name like that, you maybe in pilot school or already a pilot, which is dope, or maybe you're just very into aviation, which in that case, that is also very dope. But yeah, that's terrifying. Like that's scary. A new fear unlocked 100%. I don't know if I could handle that type of pressure in this type of situation. Again, I don't remember if they had passengers or not. I would hope not, but if it was just those two, that's still very, very scary. Yeah. Good video suggestion though. I was a little skeptical at first, but as soon as it started, I got intrigued. So thank you so much. Gonna finish it out.
Road trades are worse is setting you up for a potentially very, very bad situation, which this crew definitely experienced. Now, the fund report also stated that the pilots broke several rules and regulations during this flight, which ultimately endangered the safety of the crew, the passengers, and the aircraft.
Also, they did have pilots.
But I don't know what happened to them. I don't know if...
Didn't they do the best they could, right? Like, because, okay, so I don't think they have because the rule that I heard about the two approaches you gotta divert shit was for the guy whose video this is, right? Who is also a pilot. So that's not their rule. But even if it was, right, they only did 3 approaches at the last place and at the first place. And then at the second place, yeah, they did like 4, but they were running out of fuel. So I feel like they made the best out of a very, very bad situation. I wouldn't really reprimand them for that. You know, like that just seems kind of like bullshit, because if you were in the pilot seat and you had to, you know what I'm saying, land this plane with no visibility, and you know, people kept saying, oh, I can't use VOR, I can't use my instruments, and then you have to land the fucking plane blind, right? You're not doing that shit. So don't get on my case when I do it and save me, my first officer, and the rest of the crew and passengers. Like, I don't know. I do believe there was a bad decision that was made, or maybe 2, that he could get a little bit of something for, but nobody's perfect, right? I mean, to be a pilot, I would want you to be as close to perfect as possible. But nobody's perfect, so I'm not mad at that. They got there safely, and honestly, to me it sounds like they got very unlucky with this second spot.
If they lost their jobs or if they're continuing to fly, and I don't really care, because these videos are not about assigning blame. It's about learning something. It's about knowing what has happened and how the industry has learned from it and become safer. That's all I want to do. One thing I can say though is that this final report was very poorly written. It left out a lot of details. I would have loved to know what kind of discussions, communications there was between the flight crew and the cabin crew and also the passengers, because I can't even begin to imagine the amount of discomfort and potentially fear that.
Would you have to, so if you were in an emergency, like I would assume when you have to say Mayday, Mayday, the passengers are gonna hear that. But like once you have that minimal fuel thing, which is like the first step for the warning procedure, or the first step for the emergency procedures, right? Would you then have to let your passengers know, like, hey, we're like 6 steps from crashing, so just so you know, we might not make it, but we're trying our best. Like, do you have to tell them that? Like, do you have to pick up the radio and do that? I feel like we'd be more focused on flying than anything. But yeah, I would assume once you get to the, maybe right before, or yeah, once you get to the Mayday, fuel flight, you'd have to let your passengers know, like, hey, y'all might need to brace for impact, or like call your mom or some shit. Like, we might not be making it out of this one. So that's very curious. I wish I would have been able to see those communications too. That would have been interesting.
The passengers would have felt during this flight, having to go through 6 go-arounds on one single flight. And if you were a passenger on this flight out there, feel free to reach out to me with an email. I would love to hear from you.
If I was a passenger on that flight, I'd be terrified. The second I felt a plane go around an airport 3 times and then just not go to that airport anymore, I'd be a little concerned. Like, felt like we tried to descend a couple of times. I'm a little iffy here, especially because, you know, like, I'm very curious when it comes to flying. Unless I'm asleep, I'm looking out the window, and if I'm seeing a bunch of like mist and shit, and I know I can't see, I'm gonna be assuming the pilot can't. And I don't again know that much about how the instruments help with visibility, but it seems like it didn't help too much, because they tried the VRR approach 4 times, right? Before they started going straight visual. So I mean, I don't know what those are, but yeah, that was really dope. I'm going to move on from this topic for now, but I'll probably watch another one of these next stream. I'm kind of interested in these. Yeah, they look cool. Like cars.
You guys, the time has come. What you've been waiting for. Reveal of the full makeover of the Aventador SVJ. Good morning, you guys. What an amazing day today's going to be. We have, that's right, the reveal of the makeover of the Lamborghini SVJ.
I fucking love these guys. I'm not gonna make y'all sit through an entire video though, because there is a lot of walking around fluff with Damon.
You. Ooh, got a whole lot of factory cars, like wrapping dealership stuff now, or what?
Got Garrett's car.
That's sick. That's sick. This is Garrett's GT3 RS. No, this is just a GT3R at the moment. Yeah, you guys killed it. You like it?
I love it.
What do you think of the wheels? It's the one controversial part on this.
I think that it goes perfectly with the car, honestly.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's different. But we do gotta get that one thing touched up. That's why I'm not gonna show these guys quite yet.
You guys, my compadre. Oh. that I'll get better at showing my phone on camera. That was fucking terrible. That was so ass. Sorry, guys.
Thank you, sir, because I know you took this thing apart. Thank you to everybody that had a hand in this. We will get to revealing it. Don't worry, guys. Let's jump in the Viper. I got a quick meeting. You're gonna need a third coffee too. Viper is complete. All the bits and pieces. Look at that. Almost back to factory. We got some wheels and a few things underneath to be taken out, and then this car will be returned to its complete factory spec. And I actually like this car. I don't want you guys to think that I hate the Viper. I don't hate it. It's just probably not what I would spend $180,000 on. It's a whole lot of car. It really lacks the sound. Yes, it has a V10 in it, but because of the design of that motor, to me, it doesn't sound amazing. It doesn't sound like a Carrera GT. It doesn't sound like a Huracan even. You know, I know some of you are gonna be sad to see this car probably go. We haven't sold it yet. You know, you never know what happens on this channel.
Besides the fact that they go sideways when you don't want them to go sideways, I really enjoy Vipers. I knew how to drift. If I knew how to drift and I was really, really interested in learning how to drift, they'd be one of my favorite cars. I don't really care about learning how to drift that much. I like cars that go fast in a straight line and have good traction. That's more my thing. Like Porsches, oh my God, Porsche, you beautiful beast. I don't know what y'all have been making amazing, sexy cars for generation after generation. I love it much. Ferrari, McLarens are gorgeous. McLarens are fast. McLarens are not reliable. McLarens are glass cannons. You will die in a McLaren. Factual. And oh God. And what else? I don't know. Nissan GTR isn't like specifically a brand, but I do like Nissan as a brand. Acura, the NSX is just so sexy. Dodge can go fuck themselves. Dodge can go fuck themselves with that gas mileage. I don't care. I don't care how much money I make at any given point in time. You will not see me. You will not see me filling up a tank that's only getting 60 miles on a full tank of gas. I'm sorry. I'm just not that. I'm not built like that. Like, I'm really not built like that. And I never want to be built like that. That's a wasteful person right there. They're really clean cars. They got a lot of power. They do sick burnouts, but besides that, I'm not for it. Mustangs are under Chargers and shit for me. The Challenger is very sexy, but again, mileage. Camaros, so close to my heart. Corvette, so close to my heart. In fact, my boy David, he built a Corvette. He totaled it, which is very sad because I love that car. I loved him in that car. He looked really good in that car. But yeah, sadly it's gone now. He's still got some nice stuff though that he works on, because he builds his own shit. So it's like eventually I'll see him in something better. So I'm not too pressed about it. But yeah, I'm trying to think of cars. You know what? We're watching a car video.
Make decisions very, very last minute. It could always potentially stick around and get a couple of twin turbos and a sequential gearbox and some drag slicks on the back. And next thing you know, we're street racing in Texas. I don't know. Anything's possible. But the majority of you, when I put up a vote, does the car stay or does it go? 72% of you or more, 78% said sell the car and get something else. So I got to go with what most of you guys are saying. In the meantime, we can fire this thing up. There's that deep grumble. Doesn't sound too bad, I guess. It's just not what I'm used to. It's just not what I'm used to. I'm used to like the crazier stuff. Let's see what it sounds like. Not too bad. A couple pops there. Let's hear it! bit.
Wait till you hear the 550 after the game plan I just discussed with the builder. We're gonna make that thing scream. Might not have 1,000 horsepower, that car, but it's gonna sound like an old 90s F1 car when we're done with it. And that's the ultimate. You know what I mean, guys? I'm at a place in my life where, like, it's cool. 2,000, 3,000 horsepower. We know those cars exist. They're stupid fast. We're losing the sound. You know what I mean? We gotta bring the sound back.
Yeah, before everything goes electric, right?
Dude, everything already is electric. They made the Hummer electric. That's when you know the party's over.
The original gas guzzler is now fully electric. It's really a shame.
Boom. And back to Protective Film Solutions. We kind of have two reveals in this video. Ooh, you didn't know there was two, did ya? You'll find out what the second one is when we get there. Mark's in the minivan, Viper's put away, back to PFS. Don't avoid me. Don't get in the car.
See you later,
Don't get in the
brother.
car. I want to say a huge thank you to Scotty and the whole team at GMG. They got the car a few decibels up just for me, so we're gonna turn it on and hear it. Thank you for all the hard work.
My brother.
And they're making sure that we're safe in this thing because it was really unbalanced before. They fixed all the little things in it. Thank you.
Welcome.
You guys need
I'm
anything?
fine.
Take your Porsche to GMG Racing.
All right, brother. Have a good day.
You guys go enjoy your lunch.
I will.
He's
We're
trying to
hungry.
escape the cameras.
Taco time, my brother.
Taco time! Taco time! Let's get the keys. Time to hear the slightly new evolution of the GMG exhaust, by the way. Thank you to AL13. The black wheels are back on and looking sexier than ever in gloss black. What are your thoughts, Mark, on the black wheels?
They look way better. It fits with like the carbon and everything, having the gloss and with the wrap. I'm actually really excited to see those. It looks way better.
I take all the credit for that decision.
Thanks for making those wheels, Damon. Hard work.
So it has an updated exhaust, it has the wheels, and now we're also gonna do a little touch for the livery. I really like the heritage liveries that Porsche does from the factory. Recently, you could get the Speedster, the modern Speedster, with what's called a heritage livery, and that included what they say is like a mask. So the front bumper's a different color than the rest of the car. So they did, I think it was silver or gray with a white bumper, and then they do the stripes that come up and around and follow the body line and kind of taper off right here. I'm not doing that on this car, but what I want to do is the old school racing number plate. So the big white circle, and I'm gonna put 11s in black in the center. And it's Monterey Car Week. We got just little flavor, a little
Fit in
flavor.
a little bit of class.
That's right. And I already went ahead and made some one-off merch. So if you guys like the concept and the design, I got some merch that's special just for Car Week, and won't be available yet, but after Car Week, we'll get it online and you guys will be able to buy it if you like it.
Horse, man. Just know what they're doing. Look at it.
Oh, she's louder.
Yeah, I like it.
That's where we needed it to be, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good. That's like, and we're not even moving, so you know how Porsche is. They limit you to your RPM. So I can only go to 6,500 RPMs, and this thing actually doesn't redline until 8,500. So we had 2,000 more RPM to go.
What?
It's really loud. Yeah.
Stand at the back.
No, I'm okay.
I want to see you win.
I'm okay.
Let's do the Logan meter.
I like it. I can't hear it. I like it. That sounds great. It sounds louder than before, I'll tell you that.
The polished one, it reminds me, it just kind of looks older. Sick car, but it just looks dated.
Yeah. What the hell's that? The bike?
I think it is the bike. That
Doesn't
bike's
sound
crazy.
as good as CGT.
Not at all.
Have you ever been to Bugatti?
Yeah, we went down there one time. It was pretty crazy. We saw the F.
Bugattis are iffy. The Pure Sport and the new one is super sexy, but they get 3 miles to the gallon. So they can suck my dick and the back of my balls at the same time. And if they can't handle it, then they can give me the car for free. So
40.
You've driven in one?
Well, no, I haven't driven in one. I've driven one, though.
Oh, you've driven? You've not driven a Bugatti? Okay, Dave's not here. Mark has replaced him with the lies. Don't trust anything that comes out of that man's mouth today. What do you think?
Amazing.
You like it? You guys, the time has come. What you've been waiting for. Reveal of the full makeover of the Aventador SVJ. We got that beautiful Gintani F1 straight piped exhaust note coming out through the garage right now. It's Jason from PF. Straight piped exhaust note coming out through the garage.
what sport GT is that? I look like fucking Manny Kaufman thing.
because right now it's Jason from BFS is carefully backing it up, inching it through all the other cars that are here for Car Week. There are a lot of hypercars in there. Some cars I can't even show you. Oh, here it is. Brand new livery, throwback to 3 years ago. One of my favorite wraps of all time. The Murcielago wrap returned with a twist, new wheels, and carbon fiber 1016 Industries roof scoop. Bam! And the wheels, the wrap, neon orange. We got the white. We have some new, almost Advan-esque lines attached. Absolute masterpiece. We got the OG wheels I told you guys about. Yes. 1016 roof scoop. Yes. Look at that thing. Man, in the sun, it's so bright. I love this orange.
Oh my god.
It's so cool, especially now that the wheels are on it too. Like,
Gorgeous.
Give it to us. Give it to us. Woo! All right, guys, there you have it. New wheels from AL13. These are the remake of the Diablo SV Diablo GT wheels. We went with a gloss black lip, satin face, neon orange for the lettering, and I kept the polished bolts, 40 bolts. Because race car. Look at all the juicy carbon on the back, and check out the 1016 carbon roof scoop, you guys.
Functional.
Functional roof scoop. It is functional because it does take the air and it puts it in right here where it was sucked in from before. So they add the tunnel and then the scoop over the top of the roof. Everyone's been touching it, a few fingerprints on there, but that's very okay. I'm telling you, this might be my favorite of all time as far as liveries go, because we took my favorite, one of my favorites, that and the 720 GTR, but that's a paint job. Like, that's on a whole different level. But look at this thing. Little number plate on the front. Again, because race car. Check out that roof scoop. I'm loving this. It only deserves a montage.
My pocket's fatter, my pocket's fatter. It don't really matter. It don't really matter. My pocket's fatter, my pocket's fatter. It don't really matter. It don't really matter. Money come and go, yeah, go and come. I hope you stay. Don't you run away. Just don't run away. Money come and go, yeah, go and come. I hope you stay. Don't you run away. Just don't run away.
The 11s in the circle to go with the new merch that I'm designing and made. This is the, like, heritage racing number plates from back in the day. It, hate it, whatever, they're staying on for Car Week. The SVJ, at some point, we're gonna jump in it, take it down the road, and get some rollers of the new sick livery 1016 roof scoop. So huge shout out to Peter from 1016. Thank you for sponsoring the roof scoop. I appreciate you. I just wanna be transparent. I got that for free. The wrap was overcharged by Protective Film Slip. Just joking. Ryan on that one. The boys killed it. They had to go as far as getting lasers to line up all these so they look properly and symmetrical. Believe it or not, they wrapped the entire car white, and then they had to wrap the orange over top of the white, and same with the black ends here, and then stripes all the way down, and obviously getting the logo and everything on the door because the Aventador kind of is on an angle. A lot of work is what I'm getting at went into making this car look as amazing as it does. Again, AL13 for banging out this set of wheels and making my retro dream a reality, my very first true daily driven exotics AL13 collab wheel. So if you want this wheel, this is the DD Retro. It is an identical almost match to the Diablo SV/GT wheel that was really rare. Lambo never put it on any other cars, and now you can get it for your modern car. And you can do the exact colorway that's on my SV. You can do a polished barrel, polished bolts, and do like a darker kind of off gray black face if you want, or you can go all custom. We're gonna probably put these wheels on Dave's Murcielago. I wanna know, should we do a polished lip on that one? We definitely gotta change it up on some level, but it's gonna look sick regardless. By the way, his car is coming along quite nicely. I still can't believe Long's putting a full kit on and doing a full repaint, and it's Friday, and he has to have it done on Monday. And we saw some video and photos of the car, and it's torn apart, right, bro?
Yeah, it's a little rough, but you know what? Like, I believe they can do it. I met the team. They seem like smart guys, but I'm a little worried for them.
You are really, really being overly nice to them. What did they give you? What did they bribe you with?
I can't tell you to avoid my contracts.
Avoid my contracts. Eric Choi.
I've
so many questions that ask me like, are you related with Alex? Are you related with Alex? And
Are you related to Alex Choi?
Maybe.
Beautiful California sunset. Look at this parking lot. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, as they like to say. I don't know who they are, but like I like to say. Speaking of icebergs, actually, for a second, because I have ADD, ADHD, and OCD, check out this iceberg interior. That is cool. Just the seats and the steering wheel and some blue stitching on a satin black Huracan twin turboed with a ton of 1016 carbon. Beautiful car. However, not the nicest car in the parking lot. Sorry, Peter. We've got Regeras, we've got Koenigseggs, we got an Apollo IE, and we have Hyper showing up in his Bugatti Persport, and we have basically.
This is the kind of parking lot I'd walk around for 3-4 hours. Just like I wouldn't even put my hands on the cars. I'd just be looking and drooling. That's the type, bro. I definitely said I was gonna play Multiversus. That's definitely in the title. Did I lie? Kind of. Yeah, kind of. That's actually kind of funny. This is kind of hilarious because if you look at the title, hey, to be fair, it says etc. So you're on track. Etc. is on track. I feel like this is gonna get disrespectful. Superman isn't Jesus. Superman is not Jesus. That's very true. Shitty boys. Oh, cold one, right? Yeah. Hmm. I don't know if anybody watches Scramboli. You have to be pretty fucking. I don't know. You have to have a decently deep feel for anime to be watching this nigga. But yeah.
Hey, what's up, man? Welcome back to Z Block Slam Ball. You already know.
Come on, they're getting ready, man.
And oh my god, this nigga Bread Sword. If you've never seen a Bread Sword video, get on game, nigga. Y'all are weak. Y'all are weak. Y'all aren't watching real analyses, bro. Bread Sword, Bionic Pig's cool. Bionic Pig is definitely cool. I love Bionic Pig. But Bread Sword, bro, Bread Sword be making me feel like I'm on Sykes again. And trust me, not much makes me feel like I'm on Sykes again. It's been a minute. But yeah, hold on. I don't really care about a slam ball shape. Like, I like Duke. I know it's gonna be disrespectful. Honestly.
It's gonna go crazy, bro.
Right?
Oh hell.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. On your ass like green on grass.
Tip it this way. Tip it this way.
Oh shit.
They're playing actual basketball. He caught the body. He caught it.
Why you got your
Yeah, look at the body right there. I like that.
Good ass game though, fellas.
I had to play first.
Hey, man's breaks is what we on. You know what I'm saying? This smoke, cause I know you smoke too. They ain't my business though. Fast breaks. Alright. After the third fast break, we're gonna have a whole bunch of free dunks. You ready? Alright.
Ready?
You ready? You ready? Yeah.
Come on.
Imagine inviting your friends to be in the video just to do shit like this.
You guys see?
We still on cops. Hey, Dirt. I call out Dirt. This the game. This the game.
If you don't, there we go.
Hey, real.
Ready? Yeah.
See, this is bro. Do the contact like that. Oh, get it back. You did this. Yep. Oh.
You can't block that dunk. You can't block it. He tried.
All right.
Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy.
God damn, nigga.
So I could've got nigga, bro. You see that turn on?
Jump on me.
I remember. This nigga has been posting. I've not been watching him. I've been seeing the clips on his Instagram. But I haven't been like peeping the actual content. This bitch is 30 minutes long. See, this is you ain't shit. Do something there. Fake gangster. You're too small. I don't know. Do something there. This one's short. This way.
You know if you have no help, you can't go on me, right? Small.
Oh, right. No way. Oh my god.
Okay, I look scared as hell. You look scared as hell. That's all, man. I look scared as hell. I think I am.
That's disrespectful as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, chill out! Hey, chill out!
Alright, so before this video starts, I'm gonna need all you guys to subscribe to my second.
Did it before you said anything. Alright.
In the beginning of my video.
Oh, you said second channel?
aka Smoke Ash, so gotta do shit out. Another TikTok legend. Got Mayo, another legend. You feel me? I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we're gonna wipe these guys down. You playing today?
Yeah, I'm playing.
He might sub in, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. I need that 300K, I need that 400K, I need 500K, I need 1 million subscribers, so make sure to smash that subscribe button. Like the video so it gets the algorithm. All you guys watch this video, like the video, fam. You feel me? If I get 100K views, I need 100.
I mean, he's not wrong. These bitches do not be getting suggested to me at all. Like, they used to, but they don't anymore. The only time they did was when I was watching Rage react to him. But now that Rage don't react to him no more, they don't get suggested to me. So, you know, YouTube knows I'm a YRG demon. That's really all. That's really all YouTube's trying to say.
100K likes, match the likes with the views, you feel me? And yeah, shit. I know you guys like when I'm not fighting on none, so we're gonna try to keep it PG-13. But if someone talks to me and I talk my shit, I don't want to hear no complaining in the comments. I realize I can't please everybody, but I'm always do me, so you feel me? Watch me for me. And shit, it is what it is, man. Outside with it. See, I'm not the only man who has fans now. It's SK too, you know, so he takes some pressure off me so I don't have to get stopped.
I think what happened with him is niggas ain't like how he played in the House of Highlights tournament, right? Because I did see that a lot. Like he was, for how street he be playing, he was bitching and moaning a lot for that 50K. He was bitching and moaning a lot for that 50K. To be fair, everybody was. Like Mike Ketopus was. Only nigga that wasn't really talking was Chris. That's because Chris is a big nigga, bro. Like niggas run into him, the ref is gonna call it anyways. So it is what it is. He was getting all the fouls and other possessions he needed to get through, but K was definitely being a little bogus and a little pussy with some of his call outs and stuff like that during the House of Highlights tourney, which I get. But you also gotta understand, this nigga's coming from Canada. Like, motherfuckers really didn't know him. And then House of Highlights hit him up talking about, come play for $50,000. Come play for $50,000. That's half $100K, which doesn't sound as good as $500,000, but it's like that's $100,000. Like that is a absorbent amount of money. Like you can do a lot with $50,000, especially if you already have a fucking platform and you already making money off YouTube. $50K can do a lot for you. Like it can set you up so that you living comfortably until you making a decent amount of money off YouTube to the point where that $50K wouldn't have been as, you know what I'm saying, as helpful. So I don't know. I just think people need to chill out because they know they would do the exact same shit if they was playing motherfuckers for $50K. Every chance they got to call something, every chance they knew they was down, they knew they was getting tired, bro. They're doing what they gotta do. Especially because like I don't know what was going on with him, but when he was in the court, bro, his shots was not falling. His shit was breaking. Everybody's shit was breaking. I don't know if it was the cameras, I don't know if it was the court, the jerseys, the $50K on the line. I don't know what it was, but everybody was breaking heavy. Heavy as fuck. So but he really got the worst of it, I feel like, because people kind of see him, or at least I do. I see him as kind of like a Canadian Kyrie. Not obviously on Kyrie level, but you know what I mean. Like handles, jumper, dunks a little bit, but you don't really expect him to, so it's really hype when he does, and nice layups. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to that, when his shot wasn't falling, I can understand why he kind of started. It kind of started getting in his own head and shit like that.
Every second, you know.
You by yourself. You by yourself.
Switch screen. Switch screen.
Who these motherfuckers that be out here hooping and playing football in these goddamn pajama pants? I saw this shit in the Destroying video too. Niggas out there running routes for 20K in goddamn pajama pants. Disrespectful, bro.
You'll find your own man and box him
If I don't see you in compression,
It's about to be easy. Yeah, box off him. Barbecue chicken right here. Barbecue chicken.
I'm not gonna lie, Gray Shirt should have stole that.
He trying to pin that shit.
So my burp short now. Excuse me, I didn't know that. Excuse me.
Come.
Because I definitely did a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diop, y'all. Oh my God.
All that movement, all that fucking contact for what, nigga? Get on the ground. Skinny B.
Overrated. Watch out, Frosty. Move.
He was waiting for you. He was waiting for you. He was waiting for you.
Come, Patrick. Come. You know you can't guard me, right? You know if you have no help, you can't guard me, right? No, come here. You know if you can't guard. You know if you got help, that's the only way you're stopping me. You can't guard me. And if you play one-on-one, I will fry you. I will fry you in one-on-one. I will fry you. I will fry you. You need help. You need help. You need help.
He's not wrong. That nigga got burned. That nigga got straight burned. He didn't even have to cross him. He just burned him on straight fucking speed. He created, because here's the thing. He created so much distance. This nigga wasn't even in frame when he got blocked. So he should not be talking shit. This motherfucker right here should not be talking shit because this nigga was not in frame when he got blocked. Actually, let me double check that. Oh, okay. He wasn't in frame, but he was standing still, doing absolutely nothing. Just watching. So I'ma just, yeah. Because he had already got burned. So he was waiting for K to make that layup, to be fair. And then his buddy came through and sent that bitch.
Come, Patrick. Come. You know you can't guard me, right? You know if you have no help, you can't guard me, right? No, come here. You know if you can't guard. You know if you got help, I will fry you. You will help. I don't play ball. I play ball when the camera's on. I make money too.
Well, like in a specific.
Small ass nigga. Small ass nigga.
You scored on him. What are you pushing him for?
What do you mean? I'm not in my face. It's basketball. That's how you do it.
Get in your face.
Yes, he did.
It's good. Why not do him? That's what I don't care. I'm telling you that. Somebody telling you that.
I don't care.
Bro, we can do what we want.
Niggas don't understand, bro. When it's in the street, it's in the street. Like, if he pushed him knowing full well what the fuck can happen, right? Which means he's ready for it. If that nigga wanted to come up and have smoke, he could have had smoke. And to be fair, that nigga probably would have got dropped. He was skinny as fuck. I don't judge niggas just based off of muscle mass, but again, I have a feeling. Don't come up to me talking about like why you pushing. That's between me and that nigga. Like, I'm sorry, but it is. Like, that's between me and that nigga. If you gonna make it a whole debacle where the whole court about to get rowdy, that's on you. But beforehand, it ain't had shit to do with you. It ain't had shit to do with nobody else on the court. So, I mean.
What's your take on this, my nigga? What's your take on this? Happens all the time. Every time. Another day, right? It's another day, man. It's another day. But everyone else isn't used to it. Like, it is what it is. Yo, if you don't help him though, he's dead. So like, actually, if you're smart, you're gonna help. If you don't help him, I'm gonna score every time. Every time. Every time, I'm gonna score every time. Every single time.
Shit, we're not bad quick, bro.
You guys, it's your
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Good take, baby. 9-8. Mo! You're good, you're good.
I'm not gonna lie, I really did not think that nigga should have made that. But I think he did what he did. Yeah.
You okay?
With stretching his arms up.
Wendy!
I'm not watching.
His legs feeling weird. I can tell because he was moving weird off one of his first plays. I don't think he's really at 100% right now. Yeah. I don't. Ooh.
Score check.
He does look like he needs help.
Shem! Shem! Right here. Game right here. Right here. Showtime. K-Side method right here. Look at this dumbass. Y'all got me tight? Yeah, Mel. Yeah, Mel. That's you, Mel.
Yo, yeah. Whoa. Where's his man, bro? Look at this defense y'all playing, bro.
Let's pick up.
I mean, you gotta give it to him. That nigga know how to move the thing. Cause that's the thing, even with help, Blue showing me.
He looks scared already. Huh? Shoot it. All right. Game. Get off. What a dumbass. You know what we call people like that? Dumbasses. Dumbasses. He that boy. He that boy for that. Bomber Ross clock. Good game, brother. Good game, brother. Hooping the PJs is crazy.
Showtime, you suck. All the way.
I love the nigga saying Showtime you suck. Nigga don't even have the ball. It's not even his team's possession. Just to let him know that that's how they feeling at that particular moment in time. Oh my God. He did not set up that. He did not set that up at all. He was quick. Okay, that's it.
Come on.
Wait. Back it up. What you doing with that?
Let's do it.
I'm not gonna lie. Bro, no. Guard him tight, bro. Like, press this nigga. What are you doing? This don't have a defense. Look, I'm not the best offensive player, but if I'm in the street, I'm on your ass on defense. I mean, I'm on your fucking titties, nigga. Like, bro.
What's up?
I don't care if you're at half court. I don't care if you at the other end of the court. I will guard you from one end of the court all the way down. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. Because I like applying that pressure. Because when you apply that pressure, niggas get tired. Niggas like, why is this nigga so close to me? Like, niggas get annoyed. I love that, bro. Piss people off with your defense. If you're not pissing somebody off like how hard you guard them, you're not guarding them hard enough. Like, that's just how it is. Hey, God.
Shem.
They're get dropped though. Squad do not need to be up here. First of all, gorgeous. What's good?
My nigga, are you still streaming?
Yeah.
You already know what it is. Are you already on a team? What's up?
I'm reacting to shit right now. You wanna run some multiverses?
Shit, yeah. I'm trying to hop on if you are.
Alright, bet. I'm about to hop on right now.
If it doesn't get in the way of your fucking streaming.
I mean, I stream whatever I want to stream. So nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
you already know what it is, bro. We finna be on the same shit. I'm trying to be on what you want, bro.
No, dead like this shit is so fun.
It sounds fun as fuck, bro.
No, like I like hearing random people talking like I love when I get the first time chatters and shit like that because it's like you actually don't know me, you're actually watching me. Like that's crazy as fuck to me. Yeah, somebody had a guy suggest a video today, and I was a little skeptical at first, but that shit was actually kind of hard.
Yeah. Shit, I can't fucking. I need to get a fucking mic, bro. Funny.
Yeah, gotta get a. See, I'm not gonna lie. Cause the reason I got this thing was because I was watching my YouTube videos back, right, or my VODs back and shit like that. And when my mic was all the way up here, because of the stuff that I have, so that like background noise doesn't get caught up in my stream.
Oh.
Like my voice would cut out a lot, and I would sound mad quiet. But now that I got this, I feel like when I watch my VODs back, like you're gonna be able to hear every word I say.
Damn. All right, bet. Wait, how much is the whole setup in there?
Well, this thing is only like $20 something. The mic is like 80, 100 something like that.
That's not too bad.
The computer is. It also has a built-in thing for when you're for capturing like highlights and shit like that, which is kind of nice. Yeah, because even with a PC, because I have a Windows PC, just having an Xbox controller, I can access like Xbox game capture and shit like that, which is nice. Good God.
Choose your character.
Alright, bro. I had like 7K and I got like 4K.
Okay. I'm
gonna stick to Chaz. Well, actually, we can start off. I'll start off with Chaz, honestly. I'm not too bad with her.
I'm a little rusty, so this first game is gonna be a very good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm try hard, man. I'm not really.
Shit.
Like I'm gonna play.
Oh, my bad.
I'm not gonna like go crazy.
1 second.
If they want me to go crazy, bro, they don't want that to happen. You should have seen Jalen and I, bro. You should have been on stream when we were fucking playing with us. You should have been playing with us. We were going fucking crazy. Oh my God, my nigga. That shit was fucking hilarious. I just kept murking niggas with fucking Taz, and he was the whole time fucking Iron Giant fucking niggas up.
Iron Giant.
Don't let me go try hard mode. Don't let me go try hard mode.
Iron Giant interesting.
Try hard mode, bro. They didn't even touch us. We literally get like fucking 50 damage the whole game. What do you say?
Iron Giant is an interesting character. I
don't know about
he's
how do you feel about him?
Like I'm okay with him, but the only reason I don't like using him is because he's such a fucking big target. Like I could fuck any Iron Giant that I see up.
Yeah, there's mixed reviews about him because for me because he can either be like really competitive with his fucking hitting, like he can just constantly hit both characters because he's just so fucking big, but you can easily dodge and right back because he's such a big character.
Hey, Rashawn, give me 1 second. I gotta come out because my game capture isn't on right now, so people can't see what I'm doing on my
That's annoying.
Yeah, because I was watching videos and so I had it set up to YouTube, so I have to redo it. So
you're gonna have to teach me the whole thing.
Oh well, that's the thing. You're not gonna have to do all of this. Like this is my.
Is it just like a piece?
Well, this is my Streamlabs. It sets up like. It shows me everything that's going on, basically. It even shows me how long I streamed on average for like the month. It shows me like how many people have watched that are unique, how many repeat watches I get, like how many people have chatted, how many chats I've gotten in general.
Is that like an app or something? How do you?
You can get it on your phone, Streamlabs.
Or like, does it cost money?
I have a premium version that costs money, I believe. But you don't have to spend money on it for it to be decent. Cause it works well either way. The only reason I spent money on it was because I like a lot of the more premium options for like I'm very specific about what I like when it comes to streaming. Like I have to have my setup looking just how I want it, and it needs to look like it needs to look pristine to me. Because if it doesn't, then I feel like I'm just not doing as good as I could be.
Yeah, I feel it.
Choose your character.
Yeah. So.
Alright, yeah.
I'll slay anything that's evil. That's my
I finally put my first badge. I wish you could put multiple badges. Are you fan? I bet.
But that's the thing, bro. I literally spent weeks setting up everything how I liked it before I got like a good thing, like a good.
Really?
That's because like I like at first I thought I liked something, and then I tried it for like a stream or two, and I realized it was shit, and then I kept retrying until I found something that like I actually enjoy looking at myself. So I feel like somebody else would enjoy looking at.
Which is what the game?
No. Like how where my face cam is set up, and where my followers and donos come in and shit like that.
I see. Okay, that's actually dope as fuck.
Cause you gotta choose like.
You gotta let me. You gotta get. Honestly, it sounds like you're dope work as fuck. I'm supporting all the way. I'm about to literally get Twitch so I can follow you, whatever it is.
Let's go.
I'm invested. I very much enjoy this shit. I plan to do it. Even like because that's the thing. Even if I don't get like a bunch of followers, even if I don't make a fucking cent off of this, it's just fun. Like it's literally fun.
Ready when
Sounds
you
fun
are.
as fuck because I was.
Look out.
fast as fuck, boy.
Take that thing.
Get out here.
Good shit, good shit.
I swear to God, if she comes back on the head.
That was no you. That you pretty much checked it up. Combos are looking at Mac.
Bro, this is a problem. Okay, hold on. Oh my!
Isn't it? That was pretty good.
Oh. Nah, Finn is actually.
Great job, Blue!
Oh no, I'm getting good as fuck.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Hit like a girl.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna lie, we're not letting them get a stock. We're not letting them get a stock, bro. Do not die. Do not die. Oh!
Are you trying to stop them?
Yes, I'm trying to skunk him. I'm trying to skunk though. Got him. Ooh. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Almost died
I was
anyways.
swinging giant mallets when you were still in diapers.
Boom!
Oh yeah, we're fucking them up.
Time to scoot a boot.
Yeah, that was gonna be a matter of time.
It's okay. It's okay.
That Garner's gotta get out of here. Oh shit. Fuck out of here, Harvey. Out of here, Harvey. Oh, Harvey. Whoa, that shit happened so.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
First game of the night. First game of the night. Real easy. Real easy. Nothing bad about that at all. Nothing bad about that.
Loving this wind field.
Damn. I have to charge this bitch. Oh, they didn't want to play again because we make niggas quit.
We almost force stocked them. Them niggas almost got hold, bro. Like, I really want to play it either.
That was embarrassing. That's not even my best character, bro. They shouldn't even done that to him.
Okay, I was wondering when my headphones were being mad uncomfortable for a second. The shit was flipped.
Hold on, I gotta find a charger for my fucking Xbox controller.
See, that's why I get the wired shit, bro. I never ever.
No, I already have a wireless shit. But it's like the battery's low. I don't want it to die with my fucking shit.
No. You get the wired ones because first, like, okay.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Because wired shit, you get no input lag ever, and it's always charged because there's no charge.
Choose your character.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Ooh, okay.
I've wired everything. I got a wired keyboard, wired mouse. My mouse and keyboard can go wireless, but I just don't do it. And I got wired headphones, wired microphone, wired it's ugly, but nobody sees it, so you know it works.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright, I'm coming back on. My fault. I didn't even get the fucking. I'm about to get another, because wired is also
mad cheaper. Why
like literally almost half or less the price. Or more. Half or more. Who are you finna be?
We'll get some Superman in.
I can take point.
Superman, alright, let me get some Shaggy.
But I also have I don't know if this is technically considered an Xbox Pro controller. It's a Wolverine V2. I love how this bitch feels. Like,
what is it? Wait, what is it?
So Wolverine V2. It has like these extra little buttons right here. And it's like that. It has good grip and shit.
Yeah, I think that's what Drew has.
It was great. It just
because you have to like actually like it's like a modified controller.
Yeah, you can add different inputs to it to like for other games you can add other inputs for these different buttons. I just don't because if I'm playing a game that has a bunch of extra inputs, I'm using my goddamn keyboard.
That makes sense. Should I turn my sound down, bro? Is my shit on your stream too loud?
Huh? Oh no, so what I do, I have the FaceTime right under the microphone so they can hear me.
Toxic waste.
Oh, okay.
Irradiated
Desktop
dog
audio
treats.
automatically filters. Wow, you got oh my god, I don't like that. And damage my homie. Okay,
I've got my eye on you.
I'm getting worked.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to power up. I forgot how to power up the shaggy.
I've never used shaggy.
I don't know how to power up. Alright.
Sky high. Special delivery.
I'm actually about to go try hard right now. I'm sorry yeah, I know what I'm saying.
You know,
I won't make that mistake again.
No, I'm sorry. I'll go try hard. They're okay. They're not that good. But...
No, I'm just very rusty. That's really good.
No, I'm not that good.
Haven't seen metahuman activity like that in a
They're one of
long
my
time.
personal
Bro, this is getting annoying. Nice.
Maybe I should have brought my kryptonite after all.
Whoa.
You got that one, Red.
That was a mistake. Got a target. I have an angle.
Okay, we got this.
Next door weekend right now, so it's kind of hard. Oh, good combo. Okay. Oh, that was good. Oh, no. Yeah, let him distract him. Yep, get powered up. Fuck him up.
Nice! Like that.
You like how I powered up and we just got energized the fuck up? Yeah, that was a good combo.
Pick up some new moves, Batman? Not
I
bad.
got more damage to
Play
you, though.
again? Let's go!
Pause.
I was doing. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, I was doing shit too, bro. They shouldn't have let me fucking. They shouldn't have let me
Choose your
get the
character.
Now I'm actually gonna go try hard mode. They know what it's gonna be. I should have been Finn since I should. It's okay though. Is there a plug up button for this fucking in the Xbox? Is there? Xbox works best. The newer ones only had an Xbox one other time. All right, what are you? Are you?
Yeah, I'm on some rain dog shit. You already know. Big dog shit.
No, I meant the perks wise.
Oh.
No, you did. No, I was like, I was just trying to figure out what you is. You know how it is. The more you use the perks with your person, it's easier to fucking. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I'm too tired now. But when you use the same perks.
Let's go!
Yeah, he gets stacked.
Like, yeah, they're like double. Your partner.
Jesus Christ. I don't know if my desk has a big enough hook for this mount, so I need to move it carefully so I don't get stressed.
You don't know what you're in for.
Special delivery.
This is over.
I talked about it earlier. Do you not think that, like when he does that shit, you should not be able to hit when he throws like long?
Oh wait, can you not hit him when he's long?
No, you